Man, you know, feeling good like a Hebrew should, sitting about to go live. Yeah, I'm teaching class tonight up here at the building. What's going on? I remember that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm saying, yeah, I do. Mm-hmm. Right. I don't know why you be doing that boy like that anyway. Shalom, everybody. Shalom. Y'all got, my bad, I was on the phone. All right, bro. I hit y'all up when I leave here. All right. Much love, y'all. Shalom, Israel. How y'all doing, man? I called me on the phone call when I went live. You know what happens. Oh, how everybody doing tonight? I see all the shalom. What we got going on? Tuve, Solomon, Iris, all right. Shalom, Marcus, Troy, Tiff, Brother Lenz, Line of Yah, Deuteronomy, 28 for me. Shalom. Got Elder, all right. Going off, but I know, right? Straight was on the phone when y'all called. I mean, when y'all chimed in, or however that's supposed to go. And right now, I'm on here doing a little maintenance. Do me a favor, Tuvia, can you text me the link for this live? Text me the link for the live. Total Rabbi for your arms. Appreciate everything, man. Definitely need it. You know, this thing, you know, we wanted to be free 99, but they don't charge us rent at free 99.
Shalom, family.
Shalom. To the right of me, I got my brother over here, Uriel. Go ahead and holler at the people, Uriel.
Shalom, my beautiful family. How art thou today? Hope all is well. But it's a beautiful lesson today. And
that boy be on top of it.
We're gonna get into it. Brother Malcolm. Nah, boy, my family is hilarious. Shalom Tuvaya, Sister Odelia, Solomon McFadden. Shalom, bro.
What that sound like, McFadden? Where I heard that name?
He used to be a football player named Darren McFadden. Yeah. He used to be a little running back. Foot Tribe.
Chew the block.
Shalom. Howard Brown. Shalom. Line of Yah. Shalom.
I want some sandwich.
28 is Truth. Shalom. Gilbert Patterson. Shalom. Lindsay. Shalom. Tiffany. Shalom. Troy. Shalom. Marcus Israel. Shalom. Iris. Shalom.
He coming on up in this deal, ain't that, bro?
It's Saul. Eliezer. Shalom, family. Make sure I got
everybody. Able to get the request in.
Got everybody.
You ain't connected to the Wi-Fi?
Looks like a light-skinned mouth. Oh my. Well, I've been getting that for years. It's fun. Yeah, I used to get either. I ain't even gonna say the rest, but yeah, I've been heard it for years. Don Ray, Shalom. Sis with the longest name in Israel.
Bina.
Shalom, sis.
The longest name in Israel?
Yeah, longest name in Israel. She just missing the period. I'm gonna keep saying that. She's just missing the period. Serafina, Shalom.
Talk to him, bro. Well, he says, bro. See how you leave, y'all, man.
Nah.
See how you leave.
Nah.
I'm over doing a little maintenance, trying to get the message out.
I apologize, family. But yeah. Hopefully, yesterday everybody got some understanding.
Yeah, do a little recap.
Got some understanding from yesterday's class, man. I hope that class helped increase everybody's faith and give everybody a better understanding of the touching of hands or the healing of hands. You know, all praises to the Most High and His only begotten beloved Son that He's giving us all that power. All we have to do is believe. So yeah,
so show up and get ready.
Show up and get ready, yes sir.
I got you, man. Pretty much, Brother Charles. And over here, text messages should be getting ready to go out of here.
Shabbat Shalom, family.
Shabbat Shalom is thou. Can I get number one for a mic check? Start off with that deal. Solomon said, what's wrong with the name? Oh, nothing wrong with it, bro. I just knew I heard it somewhere before. I don't know if it was like TV or the bros brought up, you know, the football running back, you know,
Darren
McFadden. It's like one of them old names from that what was that movie Back to the Future?
Which one?
The one with Michael, whatever that boy name is. When them one of some McFaddens.
Nah, I don't know.
But I don't know, man.
I know it's Michael something.
With Michael King?
No. Michael something.
I don't know. I'm not good at these TV folks.
I just know it's Michael something. Michael Fox, yeah, Michael Fox.
Michael J. Fox,
yeah,
there
Michael
you
J.
go.
Fox, yeah.
Well, I'm taking you to trivia night. You what up, Mina J? Now they got everybody saying your name like this. You hear me? Poe baby. Poe baby got more emphasis on her Poe name.
Next time it's here, we're gonna have to chat.
Most definitely. What we talking about? What we talking about? What we gonna talk about? Talk about this, talk about that. You can get with this, but you can get with that, because you can get with this, because this is where it's at. Where is that? Oh,
this right here.
You can get with script, or you can get with that. You can get with script, or you can keep with that. You can keep with script, or you can keep with that. I'm gonna stay with the script. YAHUDAHS where is that? Oh, bars.
The best kept secret album coming out soon.
No, all right, y'all. So we're gonna do something. Nothing strange, man. How many of y'all ever read Psalms 119 and just walk through that deal and just meditate a bit? That's Psalms 119. Tell me some of the stuff y'all got out of it. Two of y'all that was tight, wasn't it? Go ahead, man. I was tight, wasn't it? You know I was tight. You know I was tight, bro. Which y'all, give me some of the things y'all know about 119. Because we're going to do a whole class out of 119 today. Psalms 119. Most definitely always tell the fam, Shalom. So, a couple of little fun facts about Psalms 119, right? So Psalms 119, you know, is literally the longest chapter in the whole Bible. Out of all the works that's been put together and everything, it's the longest chapter for and on record. But the beauty of it, though, if y'all ever checked it out and study it out, right? There is 22 Hebrew characters, right, in our alphabet. And each of those characters are in Psalms 119. But guess what? Each of those characters carry what? 8 lines. And each of those lines start with the actual alphabetic character. They call it like an alphabetic acrostic. That's what they call it. Alphabetic acrostic. ACROSTIC. Y'all can look this word up, man. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let me see. Alphabetic. ACROSTIC. That's what pops off when you're looking at the at this deal. So you got 8 lines per letter. 8 lines times 22 is how much? Somebody give me some quick math. 8 lines times 22. 8 times 22 is 176. Brother Charles got it. So we got Brother Charles in the building sitting here with us a taste. So you got 22 Hebrew characters, right? 8 lines per character. Each of those characters lead off that particular set of notes, right? And it adds up to be 176. Now, how many verses is there in Psalms 119? How many verses in Psalms 119? 106. Charles is on fire, bro. So Charles, Bina, and 2 of y'all, I'm taking y'all on the game show, man. We need a few more people. We can go over there with Steve Harvey Coon self. Go over there, Mr. Look, Steve Harvey. So we're going to jump up there. Have y'all ever tripped off something about Psalms 119? Something that's that long, that big, that in detail. What you think some of the things it has that it goes over in there? What y'all think? You think we'll have anything about the attributes of the Most High in there? What about precepts and statements? I mean, statuses and commandments and judgments and ordinances and testimonies and Torah. It's full, ain't it, man? It's a whole lot of boy. Exactly. How about dealing with plots and slanders? Give you a kind of understand. Do me a favor, Uriel. Read me verse 23 of that Psalms 19. You're gonna see what some of these little plots and slanders are. And then we're gonna get that prayer in real quick. Just jumping around a little bit. It's an awfully big book. Big chapter. Give me verse 23 real quick.
Psalms 119, verse 23. Princes also did sit and speak against me, but thy servant did meditate in thy statutes.
See there? So what did y'all get out of verse 23 just that quick? Princesses also did sit. Princes also did sit and speak against me. But thy servant, so there's some slandering going on, huh? Tail burn, backbiting. Boy, it's the life of an Israelite for real, ain't it? But guess what he did? Instead of falling into that trap, how about give your mind over to, meditating on these holy notes? Then you won't get caught by those traps. And most I got those anyway. Give me verse 42. One more. Just kind of see what was going on in this Psalms 119, verse 42.
Psalms 119, verse 42. So shall I have wherewith to answer him that reproach me, for I trust in thy word.
So there you go with that reproach. But guess what his remedy was? What did he do?
Trust in his word.
Trust in thy holy word.
I got another precept.
Go ahead and run it.
Just another precept. Psalms 119, verse 161. It says, princes have persecuted me without a cause, but my heart standing in awe of thy word.
And that was Psalms what?
119, verse 161.
See there? All right. Shabbat Shalom, family. All right, so we got about 48 up here. We're going to go ahead and get her started. We're going to get that opening prayer, and we're going to read Psalms chapter 1. Psalms chapter 1 is all about the Psalms today. Chapter 1 is the opening prayer. All right, y'all. You know what it is. Men, heads uncovered, right? Yeah. Women with your heads covered. Hands lifted with no wrath, no doubt. We ain't Muslims and nothing. We ain't praying toward no rock and the Wailing Wall because I'm not too good with this. I'm not going to be too good with that. And we try to keep everything decent and in order. I can read.
Oh, it's up to you, bro.
I can go. Put a little work in, man. Put a little work in.
No, look, I read for you already. Did everything else, bro.
All praises. I'm just gonna follow you.
Okay. Psalms chapter 1, with the Most High's permission. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful.
That's right.
But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doeth he meditate day and night.
That's right.
And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. The ungodly are not so, but are like the chaff which wind driveth away. Therefore the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. But the Lord knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish.
Hallelujah. Selah. Yahoo. Well, I'm calling a little baby frog in there. That was Psalms 1. Psalms chapter 1. But it's one of them evening meditations there. How y'all feeling out there, y'all? So I think that's a great way to start the Shabbat. Check this out. Because you sit back, meditate. Your delight is in the law of Yahweh. In his law doth meditate. Ain't that a great thing to do on the Shabbat? Meditate day and night. Because contrary to belief, the day already beginning. Sun is gone. All right. Then right here it says that, you know, we all be wondering, man, how fruitful the ungodly is. That on?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying.
We got some big mouths. They've been hearing us this whole time without that on. That's his mouth.
Oh my!
I'm just saying. I'm quick to blame you, real, for everything.
Yeah, that's all good.
You know, little Malcolm could take it. But look, it says, look, therefore, that's why you have to trip off the ungodly, man. Somebody get to going in on you or sitting there being, you know, plotting against you, slandering you, taunting you. You know what I'm saying? The wicked are easy to try to draw you right in to that mess, because misery loves what?
Company.
All right. And are you trying to keep company with the wicked?
No.
That's all I'm trying to say.
That's what Satan, he's trying to get everybody to go to the lake with him. He wants some company.
Yeah, buddy. You know what I'm saying? We know what his end gonna be. So it can't be God loves everybody, because why Satan didn't get the forgiveness factor? God can't love everybody. How come the watchers ain't got a forgiving factor? You see what I'm saying? Everything is not what you always thought it was. When you read back through these notes and you check it out, hey man, I'm talking about when you read something, say you might read something about in some study maybe about 6 months ago, and you come back across that deal again, man, you be like, man, that thing got a whole different meaning. Different levels to the Torah. When you see the paper moving you this way, the Most High is moving this way, and he covering it this way, because he done started it all the way back here to end up over here. That's a mighty power we serve, bro. So let's look at some of the attributes, that the Most High has that we're gonna find up in Psalms. So it's righteousness. Pull this over here, boy. Boy, you know Hebrew be, boy, you know Hebrews around here, boy. You spell something wrong around here, boy. Boy, Hebrew be, boy, going off. All right, so this attribute is righteousness, trustworthiness. Right? We're going to uncover all these. Faithfulness. Right? I love this one. Unchangeableness. Y'all ever heard of that word? Unchangeableness. That's why the Most High is outside of time. Definition of time. What's the definition of time?
You said what's the definition of time?
Definition of time. Charles, what you think the definition of time is, bro? Why didn't he just put me on the spot like that? Eternality, bro.
I mean, he was saying like,
no, bro, no, that ain't the answer. I'm putting in the attributes of the Most High, the 8 attributes that we're gonna go across when we come across here in the reading of this Psalms 119. Anybody want to take a guess? What's the definition of time? Time, keep on ticking.
Definition of time, it says how you say that? Indefinite? Yeah, the indefinite continued progress of existence and events in the past, present, and future regard as a whole.
So,
a point of time as measured in hours, minutes, or past and noon, planned, scheduled, or arranged when something should happen or be done.
So it's the evidence of change over a period of time, a continuous progress, right? Indefinite has its origin point. They call it indefinite, but everything has its origin point. It has its beginning all the way through time. So would you agree a quick, small synopsis is that time is the evidence of change? How about that? Is time the evidence of change? What can I find out? What can I find? Where can I find the script to prove the Most High is outside of time? This is off the track, but I be loving these little things though. Little trivia, Hebrew trivia, boy, I can't even talk. Hebrew trivia.
Hebrew trivia.
What he said? He got a smaller mouth and get the words out. Oh, he said, "Oh, Niche finna go corner."
No, we ain't
going there. No. Mina J, what you got going on, girl? Got me. I gotta show your stuff. What you got going on? Mina, you typing too fast. Mina J typing too fast for y'all. There you go, sister. How about Malachi chapter 3? What you think somewhere in Malachi chapter 3? He said, "I change not," right?
Right.
So if the Most High changes not, is the Most High outside of time? Because what's time we just read, right? Yeah. The continual and the indefinite continuance of progress, right? But if he changes not, then what that mean?
Malachi chapter.
Yeah, go ahead.
Malachi chapter 3, verse 6. But I am the Lord. I change not.
I do what?
I change not.
I do what?
I change not.
Wow.
Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed.
So ye sons of Jacob are not consumed.
Because he changed not.
Right? Because he changes not. So what did y'all just learn today, just that quick? The Most High is outside of time, y'all. That's what you call power. All right, but we're going to get into this Psalms, y'all. We're going to start off. I'm going to kind of set a foundation. I'm going to read, we're going to go to 2 Timothy chapter 3. It's probably our only few little New Testament little hits, very small ones. And we're just going to read through this deal, you know what I'm saying, and get this little milk and meat. You say what's going to? 2 Timothy chapter 3. Start at verse 1. The Most High is outside of time because he changes not. So there's no continual, indefinite progress because he is the same yesterday, today, and for how long? Forevermore.
2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come.
See, there go that word time again. See, I be doing that. Yeah. In the last days, right? Yeah. But then perilous times are coming, all right? So something is changing. Keep going.
For men shall be lover of themselves.
Vanity.
Covetous. Boasters. Proud. Blasphemers. Disobedient to parents.
Boy.
Unthankful. Unholy.
What that mean, unholy? Not even set apart, man. You hear me? Not even set apart. You don't even offer up worship. You ain't even totally devoted to your own deity, bro. You just unholy, blaspheming. That's why you can kind of see how these things go together. And these are law breaking. So even in the New Testament, they say, well, the law's done away with. Well, how? If you got covetousness, that's the 10. You got vanity, right? Lovers of self, boasters, pride. You know what happened with that pride? What they got doing on Pride Month? before destruction, right? Blasphemy, disobedient to parents. That's a commandment. That's number 5.
Right, I'm just
yeah. Unthankful. Ain't none of y'all, I ain't saying none of y'all,
Right.
you know, just rhetorically speaking, don't even have time to get up in the morning and say, thank you, Lord. You know what I'm saying? Get up in the morning, trying to think how much money I'm going to meet. First thing you see on Facebook, got to get to the money. Man, what happened to getting to the Lord? You know what I'm saying? You done went and did everything else. You done called your little boo thing up for later on that night. Ain't even told the Lord thank you. Don't even know if you're going to make it home that night. Let's get it.
Verse 3. Without natural affection.
Uh-oh. What y'all think that is? You done lost your natural affections. Now you're doing things as what? Unseemly.
Right.
Right?
Men on men, women on women.
Ooh, so they kind of go with that pride, huh? Go with that vanity, huh? Ooh, disobedient, huh? Let's get it.
Truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despiser of those that are good.
Understand? Now you understand why Christ said what? What did he tell y'all? If the world hates you, you know what I'm saying? Know that it hated me first, right? Because the world don't love us.
Right.
The love, if you was of the world would love you. But since you're not of the world, and Christ didn't pray for you to be out of the world, but prayed for you while you was journeying through the world. You see what I'm saying? Because if he had to do it, and he's the beginning of all creation, the first of God's creation, the word, then of course you got to do it. Right. Every man who walked this walk, the prophets died, some of them very horribly. A lot of people of faith died pretty horribly. You know what I'm saying? People today running around here happy and go lucky. I was a Christian, boss. Man, back in these times, bro, you wasn't screaming that. But you got killed for this belief. Not only by the outside surrounding nations, but those of your own nation. That's what Paul was on, going around killing who? Followers of Christ. See what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and read that again, bro.
Verse 4. No, verse 3 again. Without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despiser of those that are good, traitors, heedy, high-minded, lovers of pleasure more than lovers of Yah.
Boy, now how did I just say that? Boy, you hopped out of bed, you trying to figure out who you calling for the night. Boy, that girl just left me. Can I get her sister over? Boy, hey, look, get your bread pan together, man, before you wind up missing a loaf of bread out that deal. Cost you your eternal life. This is serious. These are the type of things we need to be focused on in this hour, man, because listen, this thing started off saying, this know also that in the last days, perilous times shall come. So when you hear a beginning of a story start off in that manner, we need to be paying attention to the whole thing. All right? Let's get it.
Verse 5, having that form of godliness, but denying the power thereof.
Don't deny the power.
From such turn away.
Ooh. So having a form of, see, that's you know what that is? That's their respect of persons. They look good on the outside. Boy, that boy sharp. The casket sharp. I don't know how you show up in a casket, though. But that's what they say. Casket sharp. Then you sitting here because they look good. They good orators. They can talk a good game. You know what I'm saying? Spit game is immaculate. Boy can talk you into buying a whole hunk of sand. Worth nothing, man. Form of godliness. That's why everybody love they T.D. Jakes. They Joe Osteens. What's the other? Creflo Dollar. And what's the white lady that be coming down? She got that little building on Newstead and white lady should come here having them conventions and stuff.
I have the slightest idea, bro.
You see, we don't follow. Yeah, what's that old kind of heavy set white lady that be trying to preach and teach everywhere? Joyce Myers. That's it. Boy, I'm taking y'all to trivia night. Boy, y'all Hebrews smart. Boy, the Hebrews here, boy. Now, Marcus, stop copying and pasting so other people's answers. Go to your corner. Marcus, go to your corner, man. That's two people too late. No, I'm joking. I'm joking, bro. Let's get it.
Verse 6. For of this sort are they which creep into houses and led captive silly women.
What kind of women?
Silly women.
So they done crept into the crib because they had a form of, that's how your pastors and your deacons can come in there and be sleeping with his congregation, because he come in there and giving y'all the form of godliness, but come in there and play with you, take the best out of you. But go ahead, let's read what it says.
Silly women laden with sin.
Ooh.
Led away with divers lust.
Ooh, pastor, I got some of that cake you like at the house. You coming over? No.
You want some too, old man?
You want some too, old man?
No.
Here go one of the deacons. I'll be over.
Right. Verse 7. Ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth.
Ever learning, but never coming to the knowledge of the, what that mean, y'all? That's a heavy sentence right there, bro. Ever learning, but not coming to the knowledge of the truth.
Right.
You sitting here and you flipping through this and you reading through this like it's a Stephen King novel, and I read the Bible 6 or 7 times and got no understanding. You still think Jesus is a white boy. You still think bunnies lay eggs. You still believe in Santa Claus. You still think New Year's in the dead of winter. You think that leprechauns are lucky. You see what I'm saying? All kind of stuff. But you read the Bible. That's the problem. You haven't studied the Bible. The Bible tells you how to study. It has to be line upon line, precept upon precept, here a little, there a little. And it says, whom shall teach what? Doctrine. Or whom shall knowledge. You know what? That's what I get. Isaiah 28, here I come.
Isaiah 28, verse 10.
See, you see what I'm saying? Look, we ain't gonna even do the Bible no disservice like that, boy. I told you, Uriel, stop playing with that Bible verse like that.
Isaiah, I'm sorry, verse 9. Isaiah 28, verse 9. Whom shall he teach knowledge?
There you go. Whom shall he teach knowledge?
And whom shall he make understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast.
So you're not babes in this no more. They on meat. Keep going.
For precept must be upon precept. Precept upon precept. Line upon line. Line upon line. Here a little and there a little.
So what you understand is, so give you an example. We can go into the law and find out that thou shalt not kill, right? Or commit murder.
Right.
Then you can go somewhere in the story and see where that same law was broken. Then you can see in the law where it says, well, this is the judgment. Then you can go into a story and see that murder take place and then see what? The judgment. You see what I'm saying? Same thing. Thou shalt not commit adultery, right? So you can see what the says about what happens when you commit adultery. You can see what the judgment is for there. And then you could journey in the scriptures and see what's the one famous story like talking about in the New Testament about adultery, about Mary, right? So they caught in the very act, right, of committing adultery. But if you know the Torah law, you hear me? One of the other trivia questions, why was Christ, or why? Because Christ didn't say don't stone her. He never said don't do it. He never said don't, that's the law. But why you think Christ didn't convict? I got my personal opinion. It ain't perfect fact. Just, chopping up with y'all. What y'all think why?
You said, why do I think he didn't?
Yeah. When a person's committing adultery, what has to take place?
The man and the woman must be killed. Right.
There it go. Y'all heard what my brother said? Say it one more time.
He said the man and the woman must be killed. Those who committed adultery said the man must be killed and the woman.
So they both have to be there.
Yeah.
And then you went on record and said that you just caught her in the act. So how did you pull him off of her and didn't get him? Or, could have been flip mode. I'm not going corner.
Right. No, I'm with you though.
You see what I'm saying? But you grabbed her, so he had to be laying on the bed. How did you miss him? So because remember, the Pharisees' whole job was to catch Christ tripping and going off in the law. So he say, well, you can't stone her. He said, you without seeing cast the first stone. Boy, they pricked their spirit. But the one who probably had that stone doing this was probably the one that just got caught in that. But probably was somewhere in rank or maybe some type of status where they gave him a free pass.
Right. And then also it's like, all right, at the end of the day, it's like, okay, the Pharisees knew that anybody who committed adultery was supposed to be stoned to death, right? So then it's like when you read it, he said, you know, he without sin cast the first stones, and it's like all their conscience convicted them. So if everybody conscious convicted them, that means were all y'all the ones that was in the adultery act, or have you committed adultery before?
And look,
because like everybody's convicted, everybody got convicted, so everybody had to drop the stone.
Right.
It's just like, all right, look. And then they knew law. So it's just like, look, those who he without sin cast the first stone, that everybody conscious convicted. So it's just like, wow. So I can't throw it because my conscience just convicted me. You can't throw it because your conscience convicted you. You can't throw it because your conscience convicted you. So it's just like, damn, we can't do it.
Exactly.
So
makes sense. Then also, the law tells us that one witness of himself can do what? Nothing. It has to be in the mouth of 2 to 3 witnesses. So if you caught her in the act and you only got her, now you might be guilty of bearing false witness. I think this is part of the pricking, right? Because if you bear false witness to stone this woman, remember how Israel do? If you was found in that lie, like in that book of Susanna and Apocrypha, you see what I'm saying? Guess what happened? The stones now will fall on your head. So how you gonna sit there and bear witness that this woman committed adultery and the man got away? And y'all grabbed her up in a crowd. So you tell me y'all couldn't surround the house? There wasn't no mansions back there. You had some big buildings, though. There wasn't no mansions. You know what I'm talking about? And what was you doing in that man's house, in that man's room while he was poking anyway? So you don't even know if they was telling the truth. You see what I'm saying? So Christ will not get caught up in simplicity. You got a mighty, mighty power. He's a mighty man, right? So just wanted to bring that out. Go back to that Timothy.
And then it's crazy because like everything's supposed to be established upon 2 or 3 witnesses.
Exactly.
It's like they conscious. It's like they witness. It's like, look,
it bear witness against them.
Right.
Straight up. Straight up. Well, hey, look, you know you did something wrong. Listen, because I talk to enough of y'all brothers and sisters, and not in a bad way, but I communicate with enough of y'all. And you know the most famous saying in Israel? Man, I ain't going to say nothing to nobody, man, because I'm just as guilty myself. But you still have to render judgment.
Right.
Now, true enough, I understand what you're saying. Well, man, I can't say nothing to that brother. Man, I used to do the same thing. Well, I used to not be able to walk. I can walk. I ain't used to be able to run. Still can't.
This dude. Man, don't listen to this dude.
I used to, you know, number 1 and number 2 on myself in my diaper. I don't even think I can fit that diaper no more.
This dude.
All I'm saying is this, man. We all are guilty of sins past, bro. But we still have to establish Yah's judgment. Somewhere in this Israelite walk, somebody has a vibration out that the law is not done away with amongst Israel. We don't hear that. But we don't hear nothing about the judgment. What they always say, man, you got to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
And don't say, well, you can't keep the judgments in captivity. No, you scared of captivity. Because if you policed your streets and your streets knew you was bringing down that judgment of the Most High, they ain't going to be clowning in your streets. That's how it used to be back in them old days, them old heads. And look, Shaft just came out. What you think Shaft and them was doing? Handling that business in them streets. Shut you bad mother. Shut your mouth, boy. So you got to understand that, man. You have to understand God's judgments are not gone out of earth. We're going to read about these things. These things were still in play. We're like, well, you can't do it in captivity. Well, how in the world was they keeping and doing the judgments in the Roman dispensation? Right there, your whole premise just fell apart. Right? They was keeping the judgments. But if you kind of want to put it in the mindset of how America runs, Israel was policing their own thing. So you would call that more like the civil or the circuit courts. But when you had capital punishment on the table, like I was trying to do with Christ, then you had to take him to Pontius Pilate to the governor to get that approved. Not that, but what they say, what we say, I don't see no fault. You take them back and y'all do what y'all do with them. So don't say because you're in captivity, you don't have no right to hold down no judgments. Just be honest with yourself. I'm scared. But see, the thing about this, these men preached, bro. When these men was locked up, these apostles, bro, when they was locked up and the angel of the Lord freed them. Now, you know, listen, y'all know if y'all brother would have got out of jail, what y'all would have did? Boy, y'all would have hit the hills. Y'all would have did one of them Moses dips. After Moses kept that guard, what'd he do?
He was out of there.
Out of there. Boy, I'm out of there. But what did the angel tell them? Go back there and finish preaching. You see what I'm saying? That's power, bro. They went back and said, where these men at? Courtyard. So wait a minute. So they broke out of jail. They went back in the courtyard. And guess what happened? Didn't they stone Stephen? Yeah. Bingo. There goes judgment. Judgment rendered while in captivity. You can do it. Just be honest. Scared. That's a whole nother comment. I mean, that's a whole nother class right
even
there.
With if you look at David, whatnot, David talked about a man that was deceitful, right? Mm-hmm. So David, you know, he talked about a man that was deceitful, and you know, and talked about how like the Lord will bring judgment on the man that's deceitful, right? Right. So just like, okay, he's rendering out judgment. Right?
Yes, he is.
But at the same time, David was deceitful because didn't he deceive Uriah? He tried to have Uriah go back home.
Boy, didn't he, man? Boy, so hey, talk about. Go ahead, go ahead.
That's being deceitful. So he tried to send Uriah to go back home to lay with his wife
because he knocked her.
He knocked her up, so that once Uriah laid with her, Uriah would think that that's his baby. That's why he told him, like, look, you should go back home. He's like, no, look, I ain't got time for that. Look, it's time to get some work done. It's time to go to war, right? He was being deceitful with Uriah, but then he also is rendering judgment to the deceitful. So at the end of the day, it's like, look, even if that's on your belt, you can still tell people to turn from that sin. So you can't use that as no excuse.
And don't think David got away with that.
Right. Because
the sword never departed out of Judah from that. And great class my brother did. That innocent blood of that baby had to be shed. That, you know what I'm saying? Sacrifice. He prayed though, man. He didn't want that baby to die. Hey, look, hit God's will. You ain't got to understand it. It is what it is. Let's get this. I'm going to feed on that Psalms 119. We're going to be here about 2 weeks. That's what that Psalms 119. That's good. So where we at? We at 2 Timothy 3.
Oh, okay. My fault.
We just got to ahead reading verse 7. Ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. Why? Because you was being led away by your lust, by people coming to your house with a form of godliness. Right? We have verse 8.
Verse 8. Now as Jannes and Jambres withstood Moses, so do these also resist the truth.
There go ahead again. Resisting the truth. You forever learning, but not coming to the knowledge of the truth.
Right.
You still think you a Gentile. You still think you can eat pork. That's why you read in Peter, it says that they distort the letters of Paul, his epistles, and move into the era of lawlessness. You was given a warning back then that that's what's going to happen today. Right. Frighteningly accurate. And it starts off what? This know also that in the last days. Ain't nothing new under the sun. Let's get it, man.
Men of corrupt minds. Reprobate concerning the faith.
Reprobates. Whew.
But they shall proceed no further. For their folly shall be manifest unto all men.
That's right.
As there also was. But thou hast fully known my doctrine. Manner of life, purpose, faith, long-suffering, charity, patience, persecution, affliction, which cometh to me at Antioch. I at Iconium, at Lystra, what persecutions I endured, but out of them all the Lord delivered me.
See that? No matter what you go through, and we were just reading through some of the little bits and pieces in the Psalms 119, just touching on some of the attributes, that if you stay focused on this word, right, it'll kind of keep you out of a lot of that mess, right? If you want to have a drink, we understand it's not unlawful, but stay sober-minded. You see what I'm saying? It's just certain things you have to be just decent and in order. But if you understand the doctrine of life, which is keep the commandments of God with the full faith of HaMashiach, then you have a greater chance in this run. But you can't run this race missing any part of that. You can't be half-game runners. It's like you're trying to run a marathon with one leg. I'm gonna call you Skip it.
Skip.
Come on, Hoppy. Let's get it, bro.
And I got a second witness for that.
Bring it out.
This Acts chapter 9, verse 15 through 16. So
write that down. Acts chapter 9.
Yeah, verse 15 through 16.
Right on to my man.
Acts chapter 9, verse 15 said, "But the Lord said unto him, Go thy way, for he is chosen vessel unto me to bear my name before the Gentiles and kings and the children of Israel. For I will show him how great things he must suffer for my name's sake."
That's it, man.
So this is going back to 2 Timothy chapter 3, when Paul was talking about the doctrine. It said, "But thou hast fully known my doctrine, manner of life, purpose, faith, long-suffering, charity, patience." It said persecutions, right? Afflictions. It said, which came unto me in Antioch, at Iconia, Lystras. It said, what persecutions I endured, but out of them all, the Lord delivered me.
Right, because it wasn't unto death at that time.
Most definitely.
But Paul did catch the death, like most of us did in that time, bro. You know, they used to burn Israelites on in Rome, in street lights. Used to feed you to lions. You hear me? Daniel believed in his God so hard, and so when they told him to write the ordinance, you can't pray to your God, Daniel still had faith and believed in the word and chose to follow his God the way he'd been doing it from aforetime. To the fact where they threw old Pope Daniel in what? The lions den. But did he prevail? Did the Lord deliver? You serve a mighty power. Shadrach, Meshach, and one bad Negro.
Isaiah.
Isaiah, Abraham.
They saw Isaiah in half.
They saw that poor Hebrew in half, bro.
But he was in the spirit, though. So it let you know, like, once the spirit take over, man, it's in control. Just like he was in the straight spirit, and they were straight sawing him in half.
It's a cold game out here, bro. It's a cold game. And look, even when the kids was talking bad about the prophet, boy, the bird came and wiped them on up out of there. Boy, them looking little bitty rabbits over there. That little bird sitting there, but them showing some tasty looking rabbits. Man, Shabbat Shalom, Deborah. Let's go ahead and get that, man. This crazy. This is going on in Antioch. So I'm saying what we're going to learn and what we're going to see is there is a method to the madness. You can get past anything. Give me 1 Corinthians 10:13 real quick. You can keep your spot. I could actually hit that precept, save time. You already there?
Yeah, I'm already there.
All right.
1 Corinthians chapter 10. You said like what?
10:13. 1 Corinthians 10:13.
1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13. There had no temptation taken you, but such as common to man. So
there's nothing that you are going to go through, been through, endure, encounter, come across, see, hear, taste, smell, or touch that ain't uncommon in every person that has walked this planet before and after you. Right. But what?
But God is faithful.
That go that word again. God is what?
Faithful.
Wow.
Who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able.
So he won't give you too much to bear. Remember the old church song, Jesus, he knows how much. I always know the song. He can bear. That's right. He was in the choir. He's like a choir boy. I told you. I told you, boy. We got choir boy here. Five heartbeats. Let's get it.
But will with the temptation also make a man to escape.
Make a means.
Make a means to escape. Yeah, make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it.
So with everything that can befall you, it's like how Mally always say, he gave you all the weapons to win. All you gotta do is show up. And that temptation gonna hit you. But you have an escape. You have to choose which way to go. Dang, man, that gal shorty was on me hard, bro. Boy, shorty show looking good, man. You know I can have more than one. But you know, you ain't talking about taking her home. You ain't talking about wife or her. You ain't talking about coordinating. We men, bro. You know what you on. About to knock the dust bunnies off. You see what I'm saying, bro? So you consider engage in that. Or you be like, you know what? If I ain't righteously trying to humble this daughter of Zion, you know what I'm saying? Why am I messing with her? Yes, sir. Why am I messing with her? Because the law says that you are not to do what? Make whores or prostitute or sodomites out of the sons and daughters of Zion. So just because you think you can get it off and you know and all that, no, bro. You should be checking yourself at the door. When sin hit and knock, close the door, lock it, put up a barricade, and leave that deal on the other side. You know what I'm saying? Get rid of it. You should be at war with sin, not playing footsies with it. Sitting there trying to be bosom buddies with sin. When you them Chucky dolls, you keep playing with sin, boy. Then Charles look all cute. Look at my little dog. He's my friend to the end. Boy, man, that was an old TV show, wasn't it, bro?
Oh, I'd never heard.
See, that's crazy, man. Why you trying to tell people how old I am, bro?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? See how your brother do you? Ain't my fault you don't know what bosom buddies is. Let's go ahead and get it, bro.
Verse 14. Wherefore, my dearly beloved, flee from idolatry. I speak as to wise men. Judge ye what I say.
See, there I go again. Let me go back to that Timothy. See that again? Judge
ye what I say.
Didn't Paul tell you, won't y'all be judging angels? Y'all can't judge the little matters of life. Right. You see what I'm saying? But it's so funny, right? You can pass judgment down on your children. You can get you a gun, nickel-plated, boy. You be looking at it like this, boy.
I wish somebody would.
Boy, I wish a nigga would. Nobody don't say I wish a cracker would. Wish a pecker would. I wish a woodchuck would. I remember that. Mr. I don't remember bosom buddies. Boy, I tell you these guys. All I'm saying, can we get a 7 so far, man? We getting some type of understanding about everything that's going on. We setting the foundation and get to understanding what these scriptures are really about. Because just when you thought you had it, you didn't have it. You know what I'm saying? So we understand how to precept this thing. We understand where things should be happening in the earth. And that way you know how to deal with things in the earth. And then we find out some of the mysteries of how to avoid a lot of things going on in this earth. You see what I'm saying? But we're going to get it about 15, verse 15.
We're back to 2 Timothy.
Yeah, 2 Timothy. Oh no, we went down there yet. I think we was at verse 12.
Yeah.
All praises, all praises. And make sure y'all throw them thumbs up for me, man, and share, man, on your social media, Instagram, Picturegram, PictureTube, MySpace. Yeah, I said that. Ain't no MySpace.
MySpace.
You hear me? Eventbrite. I don't know. What? I don't know.
2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 12.
Let's get it.
Yeah. And all that will live godly in Christ, YAHUDAHS shall suffer persecution.
Is that a suggestion or is that clear understanding?
It's clear understanding. Anybody
professing to live godly in Yahshua HaMashiach shall, not might, not I believe,
shall suffer persecution.
Brother, I had a car accident, had a rental. Somebody tried to break in the rental. They ain't want to cash a brother out, trying to blame a brother for the whole. Bro, listen. And listen, all during the time of Feast of Tabernacles. Feast of Weeks. Right. Bruh, now I went to the Feast and Kick. I deal with that worldly matter tomorrow. You see what I'm saying? When you doing something right, The enemy come out, like a lot of our people been, came down here and got baptized, right? And we had one of our sisters, Ebony, and her sister, 2 biological sisters, right? We riding back on the highway together. Boom, blow out. See what I'm saying? She had the enemy just jump, and she had her kids in the car, bro. But that ain't nothing. You know what we did? We got off the next exit. We came around, and then guess what? When you got bros on deck, we thought you was at NASCAR. I was coaching like a mug. Get that, spin that. I did that one part. That was it. OG status. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, when we together, we together. But the enemy gonna come when you walk in this walk and you professing this thing. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you play it like you're supposed to play it, but Job, right? Job had a hedge around him, but the Most High removed that hedge because you have to be tested. What's the use of saying having faith if it ain't never been tried by fire? Faith is good when everything is going your way, but is it faith when you're going through the storm, even if the answer is no and death happens? It's just what it is. You think Eleazar wanted to sit there and go to the torture chamber? But it was better for him to go to the torture chamber than to eat that pork, or even give a notion or thought to people that would be under him to defile Israel in that manner. Let me die. You think it was easy? You're a father, right? Father, right? Father. You think it's easy to send your son to the death? I can't fathom. I ain't with my. I can't even picture.
Right. What's this?
But that mother sat there and said, "Y'all better go honorably." And fried skillet. They skillet them boys. It's one thing to get burned in fire. It's another thing to get thrown in a hot skillet, bro. Boy. Dang, boy, ain't nothing to play with, boy. Southern fried nigga. Somebody got some hot sauce? Keep going, bro.
Verse 14. No, verse 13. I'm sorry, family. But evil men and seducers shall wax worse, worse.
And what?
Worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived.
Boy, that's bad. Not only are you a deceiver, you being deceived.
Every man must reap what he sows.
Yeah.
Galatians 6 and 8.
Boy, that boy, that precept thing.
Yeah.
You got some precepts down there, Charles? Boy, you got some precepts down there, my brother. Yo, we're playing Mr. Shy. That's quiet, boy.
This Galatians chapter 6, verse 8. I'm sorry, verse 7. Said, be not deceived. God is not mocked.
Ooh.
For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he reap.
Makes sense, don't it, man? And you understand that. Today, some people call that universal law. Whatever goes around comes back around. Whatever goes up must come what?
Down.
For everywhere there's a left, there's a what?
Right.
So I'm saying everything has a beginning, so it dang sure has a. This is just what it is. You see what I'm saying? And understand, you reap what you sow even in your flesh, because once you done lived your life the way you want to do it, and you lay your body down, what you reap in that body is going to come to fruition in judgment. I pray that goes well.
I was telling my rib the other day, I said, man, it's crazy how we as people, like, we don't realize that we actually show each other what goes around, comes around, just on the physical aspect. Not even just like doing stuff. It's just like, all right, when you hug your child, right? Or when you hug somebody, you put your arms around them, and then they put their arms around you. When you look at it from the top of the view, it looks like an 8. When y'all hugging each other, circle. It's like infinity circle. So it's like when you look at y'all hugging, what goes around comes around. When your arm go around her arm comes around you. Like what goes around comes back around. It's like, wow. Just something that just hit my mind the other day.
Only Uriel thinks about how something looks above his head when he's hugging his wife.
Oh my!
That's outcome for you.
Oh my!
No, I'm just gonna call name. What was that KRS One? I think very deeply. In a few minutes, a teacher will begin to speak.
So
Hey, man, Toda, you got to do all praise.
Toda, Watchman, Toda, my brother.
Greatly appreciate it, man. Appreciate all your arms, your prayers. You know what I'm saying? Y'all help, y'all support, man. Look, let's get this thing out here. Let's get out here. But only you're it's that thing. Only you're able to think about how you look on top when you hugging your wife. I never. It makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah. I'm just too big to be floating above me and my wife.
Yes, dude.
Because she gonna be mad as hell if I fall. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 14. But continue thou in the things which thou hast learned.
There it go.
And has been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them.
So that's why you see when you read also in the book of Josephus, right, and it talks about birthdays, right? It tells that we were not ever celebrating birthdays, right, but from our earliest beginnings, learning this law, so that ignorance or other things can never be coming into play. You see what I'm saying? We're supposed to be in this thing from the beginning. The only reason why your children know about Christmas is because you did that. Now, they might see it at school, but I'm telling you, you can get that knocked right up out. You only need one voice to raise the point. I done fought all those battles with my 7 kids. Pledge allegiance, your kids don't have to say that. That's not a mandate. You see what I'm saying? You don't have to say the national anthem. When I go there, I got to try it. I got 7 kids, me and the wife, 9, 12 grandbabies, 21, 2 on the way. That's 23. You see a whole row sitting down where everybody else. I'm sitting there like, man. I can't get it, bro. I just can't get down. And I asked people, have you even read the national anthem 3rd stanza about the slave in the grave? How do you do? That man was a devout slave master. That boy had no love for you. And how do you sit there and sing the national anthem with all vigor and conviction? Trying to be Marvin Gaye with it, boy. Like you're trying to win a Grammy with that deal. Man, they be all in it, boy. And they always get the black ones to sing. Them niggas got soul. Brothers and sisters. All right, let's get it, bro.
Verse 15.
Here come that meat right here, y'all.
And that from a child thou hast known the Holy Scripture.
There you go.
Which are able to make thee wise into salvation through faith, which is in Christ Yahushua.
There it is. So these scriptures are to make you wise into salvation, right? Through the faith, right? Through the faith which is in Christ Jesus. Y'all sitting in? All right. Some Bibles over there. Y'all need them. All right. All praises. Go ahead. Y'all good.
Verse 16. All scripture is given by the inspiration of Yah.
So all scriptures are given by inspiration of the Most High, right?
And it's profitable.
And it's what?
Profitable.
What is profitable? What's profitable? When somebody say you're making a profit, what that mean? That means you're making a gain on your investment, right? Which is where y'all see money. Y'all not wrong. It's deeper, but you're making a gain. If you got $1, you made $2 or more. You know what I'm saying? So it's a gain. So scriptures are given by inspiration of the Most High, and it's profitable for what?
Doctrine. For reproof.
For who?
For reproof.
So you could go into the scriptures, right? So if you sit there and say, well, hey, man, you know you're not supposed to be stealing, I can go right into the law and show you that. Then if I find out that you were stealing, there is a law to deal with that. You have to pay that back 7 times, right? Or if you go in the law and say, you know, you ain't supposed to commit adultery. Oh, well, man, I can get them turtle doves now, but you can go over there and wait for them rocks. We'd be right over to deal with you. You see what I'm saying? And when you understand it, then the fear of the Lord will be in there. You see what I'm saying? And the fear of the Lord is the beginning of what? You see what I'm saying? And
wisdom.
There you go. Let's get it.
For reproof. For correction.
For what?
For correction.
So if you got into these scripts, you'll have all the tools you need. Reproof, that means you ain't did it yet. Reproof means you checking it at the door. But if you get to it, you mess up, it shows you how to make it correct. To atone, to make amends for it. Keep going.
For instruction in righteousness.
For instruction in what?
Righteousness.
Wickedness.
Righteousness.
Slothfulness.
Righteousness.
Laziness.
Righteousness.
Righteousness.
The man of God may be perfect. That the man of God may be perfect.
Wait a minute. So you saying we can be perfect? I've been trying to tell. I've been telling these Hebrews that alone. So a man of the Most High may be perfect, right? So Zechariah and Elizabeth was found perfect in Luke. Job was found perfect. You know what I'm saying? And there's many others in the Bible that were found perfect. Don't mean they never sinned, right? But they was totally sincere in keeping the commandments of the Most High. That's how you strive for perfection. All right, let's get it.
Truly furnished into all good work.
All right, so now we got it, right? So we got the foundation. These scriptures can make you wise. It can help you avoid what? Plots, slanders, taunts. You're going to go through what? Afflictions, persecutions, but the Most High can what? Deliver. But sometimes death is on the table. That's cool. You're not built to live forever anyway. So I'd rather die right and be right with my Elohim than to sit here and die coward's death and die wrong and be sitting in the lake with the snake, my drawers hot, my tongue hot, my whole body hot. It's hot. Hell is hot, right? Do you like the hot summer? So why the hell we want to go to hell? You ain't want to be out with no AC, do you? Makes sense to me. It means we got to get this thing right. This is our wisdom amongst the nations.
Hello, Sister Christine.
Toda, Shebrew, what up there, North Carolina? Go ahead, bring it out, bro.
I guess this is a precept, Psalm 37, verse 37. It says, mark the perfect man.
Mark the who?
The perfect man.
The imperfect man.
The perfect man.
The unholy man.
The perfect man.
The perfect man.
And behold the upright, for the end of that man is peace.
See what I'm saying? The end of that matter with him is peace. You see what I'm saying? He ain't sitting there scared, feared, trembling, doing wrong. David wasn't scared. Everybody sitting there quaking in their boots about Goliath. Boy, that uncircumcised Philistine cursing our God out it. All y'all mighty men of valor running around here scared. Man, hey, let me get that slingshot. Today you gonna die. And I'm gonna use your sword to cut off your head. Boy, that's speaking with power. And he was a young dude like y'all. Fighting a giant bigger than me. But he had the power of his God with him. So if God be for you, who can be against you, right? Makes sense. Let's get it. So let's go into that Psalms now, y'all. We're finna go ahead and get into it. We're gonna be here for about 22 Hebrew letters, 8 sentences in each letter. So there's 176 verses. Let's get it. You can start where I find it.
Psalms, you know Psalm verse 1?
Yeah, buddy.
Psalms 119, verse 1.
And it begins.
Put some 6 in the room. Let me know everybody there.
Everybody at Psalms 119, boy, we finna take the walk.
Don't put no 6s, put some 5s.
Can we get some 5s, brother? Because see, that's your brother.
Put some 5s. Okay, well, I mean, we there. I see.
Now, why y'all said the longest Hebrew name in history? Why y'all set up and not like that, brother? That's how your brother treats you.
I apologize. Yeah, we in there. We got some 5s. All right.
So we're going to go through this Psalms 19. Now, remember, we was talking about Psalms 119 earlier, right? We're going to go through plots, persecutions, afflictions, right? We're going to see all that in here, how to deal with it, how to avoid it, how to get past it. But you'll also see the attributes of the Most High. You'll see his righteousness, faithfulness, unchangeableness. You know what I'm saying? Light, purity. You see what I'm talking about? Truthfulness, trustworthiness, right? These are all matters that we should be striving because we are commanded to be perfect. That's nothing. You're not suggested. You're commanded to be perfect. Then even over in Leviticus 11 and 44, be ye holy. You're supposed to be set apart, bro. And it knows to put that in the dietary law section. Be ye holy. You're supposed to be even set apart even on how you even eat. Let's go ahead and get it. Psalms 119, verse 1.
Psalms 119, verse 1. Blessed are the undefiled in the way.
Blessed is the who?
Undefiled in the way.
What is undefiled, y'all? What is undefiled? Anybody want to take a guess? What you think undefiled is, y'all? My young Hebrews in the back, what y'all think undefiled is? It ain't no right, ain't nobody picking on y'all either. Ain't no wrong with it. You know, just engaging. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know I got you, though. I got you. Undefiled, right? That means you're complete. Because defiled means something is tainted. You know what I'm saying? Like if you defile something, it's no more good. You know what I'm saying? It's trash, basically. So undefiled means that it's complete, it's whole, it's entire, right? It's the opposite of defiled, undefiled, right? So blessed are the undefiled, those who have not been tainted. You know what I'm saying? Those who are not dirty, if you will. You see what I'm saying? Blessed are those that are not dirty, right, in the way, and who walk in, here we go again, in the what?
In the law of the Lord.
So what you supposed to be walking in? Read it again. It's all good. We're going to read it again so you can catch it. Yep, undefiled, walking in the way. He's going to read it for you.
Verse 1 again. Blessed are the undefiled in the way, who walk in the law of the Lord.
Walk in the what?
Law of the Lord.
There you go. So that's why you got to get in here and get this understanding, because if you respected the law of God, guess what happens? You're not going to be running around here still. You're going to be running around here breaking in nobody's house. You're going to be running around here trying to cause hurt and harm to your brother. You're going to be around here trying to sleep with somebody else's woman. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be around here doing all kind of mannerable acts which give us as black people a bad name as a whole, which gets most of y'all as young people killed off. You see what I'm saying? And I survived a lot of that, man. Stabbed, shot, blew head. I just survived the head-on collision. See this head right here? Blockhead. It hurt. Keep going, bro.
Verse 2. Blessed are they that keep his testimony.
Cursed are they.
Blessed are they that keep his testimony.
So you have to keep the testimony of God. When God puts you through something and he brings you through, so that's why we read these stories. So you can get strength, so you can get nourishment, so you can get encouragement, right? When you hear a man that was able to beat down 1,000 men with the jawbone of an ass, how did it make you feel? And he was one of your people. That a child your age can cut a head off a giant and prevail. That's power. You know what I'm saying? People that rose up against your ancestors, right? Your ancestors prevailed. They threw 3 Hebrew boys in a fiery furnace and they didn't have a stain on them. Them was the first Mr. Wipe Me Down. That was called. That was the first to wipe me down. Hey, 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 hey. Oh. Grandpas be kicking it too. All right, let's go ahead and get it, y'all.
Verse 2 again. Blessed are they that keep his testimony.
Blessed are they that keep his testimony.
And that seek him with the whole heart.
Seeking with your whole mind, right? You should be up in the morning. First thing you should do is what when you get up in the morning? What you think? What did you forget to do? Makes sense, don't it? Because sleep is a cousin to death. When you get up, you have them boogers in your eyes, don't you? Stiff, breath stinking. You just laid still for 8 hours. Cracking. When you're getting up, that's a short form of rigor mortis. You see what I'm saying? Sleep is the cousin of death. And then, how many people you think they wake up this morning? Sad to say, I probably got some homeboys that never made it home. They left out one morning, never came back. Y'all lost any friends, I heard? See what I'm saying? You think them friends was ready for the judgment? No, that's them. That's how serious. I had a friend, just, you know, I don't want to talk about it live or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But just got killed last week. That was about 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. I leave Bible class on Friday, drop off Mally. I'm driving home, I get a car, they shoot. Soon as I get out the car, dead body, dead body. hurt by it. Yeah. Yeah. Then I get the people that's left after the police, the coroners, the homicide detectives, the black, the yellow tape, the interviews, and that's about 4 in the morning. I'm taking them home. Somebody leave a car on the highway. Boom! Knock me clean out. But I'm still here, though. You see what I'm saying? I couldn't have made it home. I wasn't even in the shootout. That's why it's important that when you wake up in the morning, you should be thanking God immediately. Before you go wee-wee, before you go boo-boo, before you unfunctify your breath. Hey, all praise to the Most High. Thank you for giving me another day. And then in that day, try to do something right. Do something right, just randomly, you know what I'm saying? You see something out there, old lady or something walking, somebody might need some money. It might be your last money. But they have more need than you. Go in the store and buy them a piece of, something to eat or something. You know what I'm talking about? And watch God bless you for being a blessing to somebody. You know what I'm saying? You might be cutting your grass. You know what I'm talking about? Just take the lawnmower right on over and cut theirs. I had a neighbor, bro. He was a Gentile. Gentile means he was of another nation. Man, that man used to get out in the morning when it snowed. Man, I came outside. He already got me. So I already got you, big dog. Don't even worry about it. How much I owe you? Got you, neighbor. Man, name was Rick. And he was cold at fixing them calls. But see, even your enemies will serve you if you righteous before your God. You see what I'm saying? That's why it's important to get this. All right, let's get it, bro.
Verse 2 again. Blessed are they that keep his testimonies and that seek him with the whole heart. They also do no iniquity.
That's right.
They walk.
Shalom and style.
They walk in his ways. Shabbat shalom, bro.
Shabbat shalom, Israel.
Verse 4. Thou hast commanded us to keep thy precepts diligently.
Did you hear that? We are commanded to keep the precepts of the Most High. How long?
Diligently.
Diligently. You see what I'm saying? And yeah, young guy, y'all want some water? Some chips over there too. Y'all want some more water? Y'all good? But yeah, so you're supposed to keep God's commandments and his precepts diligently. Keep going.
Verse 5. Oh, that my ways were directed to keep thy statutes. Then shall I not be ashamed.
Then shall I not be ashamed. Because if God be for you, then what?
Nobody can be against you.
What you ashamed of? You ashamed of being a man that take care of his family? Are you ashamed of a man that honors his father and his mother? Are you ashamed as a man that you love your God? Or are you ashamed as being a man that don't take his name in vain? Are you ashamed of being a man that don't steal? Are you ashamed of being a man that don't murder? Are you ashamed of being a man who bears false witness? Who don't bear false witness, told us. Are you ashamed to be a man who don't covet? Means you want somebody's stuff so bad you wouldn't steal it. That's what I'm saying. So if you walk with these commandments, God, and them was just the basic 10s. One day, keep it holy. Do you all the other 6. Take one day and give it back to the Most High. He gave you life. He just gave me life. You know what I'm saying? It makes most sense to run harder with it. You catch what I'm saying? You will never be ashamed. All these men I know are fathers. They take care of theirs. They got their own. You know what I'm saying? That man ain't out here. This man travels. You know what I'm saying? This man here, skill sets. This man here take care of people. At home. At home, at home, at home. That's men of the Lord. Ain't shame, ain't none of them soft. Well, I mean, ain't as hard as me, though. No, the cats ain't got nothing on me, player. What up, bro? Oh, praises, man. So you could be a man of the Lord, bro, and still be respected out here. You know what I'm saying? Why you think somebody called me when bullets are flying and stuff going down? Why you think they called me? It definitely probably one of the reasons. Definitely probably one of the reasons. Because in my time, in my carnality, in my ignorance, I used to be the man out there in them streets running them. So when they heard that all these elements are in place, they said, all right, we know who can get these things together. You know what I'm saying? Or hopefully calm these things down or definitely pray. You see what I'm saying? But see, the whole thing is, like I said, I had a whole neighbor that cut my grass and did my lawn. He wouldn't take $1 from me. I mean, I have a clear path from my door all the way to my car. Well, I need to move next door to Rick again.
Like it's me, neighbor.
Neighbor. All right, let's get it.
Verse 6 again. Then shall I not be ashamed when I have respect unto all thy commandments.
Did you hear that? When I have respect unto the commandments, you will be moving as a mighty man, right? You'll be a mighty man in this earth if you kept God's commandments. You know why? Because you will be respected. You had respect of your God. You had a respect of your Messiah and all the heavenly hosts that go with it. You have power, right? Can't nobody charge you with nothing if you ain't doing nothing. Makes sense. You're raising up righteous children in the earth. You know how it is to be young, doing this, and that. Now it's time for you to pass information on righteousness. That's what this whole thing is. Be born, pass information, die. I just made life real simple there. Be born, pass information, die. But you got to reproduce in there too, though. I ain't want to say that. Y'all be out there hungry. Next.
Verse 7. Don't get him started. Verse 7.
All right, man. Hey, Marvin said, shalom to everybody on the worldwide assembly. All praise. You got anything you want to say, Brew? Are you good?
I just most bless everybody. Stay firm, stay strong.
That's right.
You know what I mean? You know, Satan always coming.
Right.
You might as well expect it. You know what I'm saying? Don't get shook too easy, too quick. You know what I'm saying? You got to cry. Go in your closet, cry, let it out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If a man in his truth or a woman in his truth saying you ain't crying, I don't know what kind of person you are, man. You know what I'm saying?
This stuff real, bro.
This is a spiritual battle, man. It's a test of your endurance, man, because, you know, easily you could be like, man, forget this, man. I'm going back to the world, going back to what I used to do, what I know, what was comfortable. You see what I'm saying? This is, you know, I thought I was in heaven when I came to the truth. I thought I made it. The true test is once you come into the light and come to the truth. Now the scriptures come to life because now you can see.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's why Yahushua said to Peter, he said, Peter said, why do you speak to people in parables? He said, it's not for them to know the mysteries of the kingdom, but it's given unto you to know. So now when we see the scriptures, it's talking about us that's in the know. See what I'm saying? So all those scriptures talking about the false prophets, this, that, and the third, applies to us in the know.
That's right, bro.
That's what people don't understand. You know what I'm saying? They come in and they start seeing things like, but I thought this was supposed to be the truth. Yeah, it is the truth. Now
you're going to see it.
the real now. You know what I'm saying? You're already in your spirit, already recognizing the world. Something was wrong. You know what I'm saying? And your spirit was questioning it. And the Most High said, okay, I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to open you up. Now you get to see the reality of the fact. You feel me? And it'd be amazement, too. Like,
straight up.
Supposed to be in the truth. And this man, he still don't care. You know what I mean? This is real, man. Let's keep fighting. You know what I mean? Let nobody take your crown no matter what, man.
That's right, man. Run this race like you're trying to win it.
That's right. So you can do, man. I might go live myself later. I don't know, man.
All praise. Anything you want to say, Jacob, to the worldwide assembly, bro? You good? All praises. Here's our brother stopped in for a hot second. You know what I'm saying? You know how we have family come in and out, sit down, chop it up, you know, always. And then it's funny you talked about that. Because we actually just went over affliction and persecution.
Yeah, I would just say
we
like
just went over that
spirit.
Right before you walked in the door, and then your spirit brought that right back out.
Rock the second chapter, man. It's real, man. You know, I've been fighting this war for 20 years or more.
Whew.
I ain't trying to give all the numbers exact. You know,
you old brother, welcome to the block.
And,
thou hast gray in our locks.
Many times, boy, Satan have you go through trials and tribulation, may lose a family member, a wife, or children.
Can we just talk about that?
Lose your home. I did. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the roof, drinking some yayan, tearing up, looking over the roof like I should just say, you should just jump and just get it over with. I'd be like, maybe if I jump, I can, because there was a little fountain over there, so maybe I could jump and I float the fountain.
Right.
That boy had that high quality yayin. That boy had that good yayin. Yayin is wine or hard drink.
This is not a video game. There's no pause.
There's no second life.
Right, you ain't got extra life, right?
It's over.
Right. You don't get no little mushroom.
Ain't that little mushroom?
Nah, player. That's it.
You just gotta be like, you know what? Curse Satan out, man. If you want to curse somebody, don't never get so mad when you start thinking in your mind, the most high at you, boy, you know you about to really go catch it then. You just curse Satan out. I go and curse my finger up at him
every day.
Everything, like, you know what I'm saying? So that's who I get mad at, you know what I mean?
You understand what he's saying, y'all? You're supposed to be at war with sin.
That's right.
Not playing footsies with it. Sin is not your homeboy. Anything that can cost you your life, eternal and carnal, anything that can take you away from your family, anything that you are taking away from somebody else's family, these are biological built-in things that you know is going off. That's why it says those who can keep the law by nature, because nature knows, right? Can two boy dogs make another dog? Can two girl cats make a kitten? So what did nature teach you? You catch what I'm saying? Can an apple tree mate with a pear tree and make fruit? Makes sense, don't it? Nature teaches you that. See what I'm saying?
Got these young boys in. That's good.
I'm all praise, bro. And interacting with them, bro. Interacting. You know what I'm saying? That's how we supposed to be. You know, supposed to interact with our young ones. I talked to his mama before, like, come on up.
Yeah.
She was like, boy, my baby came home with a Bible. See how joyous you made your mother, man? When she was excited, wasn't she? That ain't to me. It don't go to my glory. That's yours. You know what I'm saying? You know why? Because your mother wants you to leave because you the fruit from her. Your father put you there. She carried you through and brought you forth. So what you think your mother wants for you? The best. She wants you to live.
You know what I mean? You young brothers, man, you can't go for the peer pressure. Once you coming up in here and you up there learning this, they're going to laugh at you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they may not laugh at you as much as the church. But then again, the church is accepted, right? But they start laughing at you like, what's wrong with you, man? Ain't nothing wrong. Ain't nothing changed about me, bro. You know what I'm saying? I just know I'm not doing the dumb things you're doing. I'm not using no drugs.
That's right.
So popping no pills, passing no pills, passing no gun, passing nothing. Better than that. You know what I mean?
You should be happy. That's more for you.
You know what I mean? Straight up. You're not doing what they doing no more. You see what I'm saying? And then St. Louis, man, they wilding out here. The cats be bombing on each other out here. Crazy.
Yeah, man. Just
killing women in the cars and
children, man. They ain't shooting all kind of children now, bro.
You don't want to be around them type of dudes. Nah, I don't hang out with nobody out there. These brothers, they ain't got this knowledge. I don't know you. Straight up and down, because at least I know brothers got some code.
Some certain code, some rubric.
You know what I mean? We may even get mad to the point where but you remember the script, brother. You keep going too far, brother.
Boy, these Bibles get the flip, boy. This is all you hear when brothers be arguing. Am I lying, bro? Hey, y'all cold there? Hey, bro, what? You going out, bro? Hold on, bro. Hold on, bro. Hey, what is that? But look, but then that's good. Listen, intellectual debates over sound doctrines in the Bible is the best. You hear me? Because that's when you hear the people always say iron sharpens what? Iron. See what I'm talking about? When you sit there and you got your sharpening stone and you sharpening your knife, you sometimes you got to go against the grain and get it hard and get it sharp. Because the more you run it, you know what I'm saying, the better you'll be at it. You know what I'm saying? You up your mind and you have to play checkers and lose a couple of times to figure out how to start winning, right? Same thing with chess, same thing with your video games, same with driving, same with everything. You got to deal with it in order to perfect it, to become better at it, right? Training, you got it. That's it. That's it. We came here with nothing. Don't leave here with nothing. So learn something while you're along the way. So when you go tell your story to your creator, you can be like, hey, I kept it. I heard it. I understood it. I obeyed it. And I applied it. Application must be added. You just can't hide this and sit it under the bushel and be like, Lord, I kept what you gave me. You know what happened to that man? Killed him. You was meant to take this truth and go forth and give it to your peoples. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, bro. You got a precept?
Mark 25:3. It says, if thou hast gathered nothing in thy youth, you brothers is youth, right? You're in your youth. How canst thou find anything in thine age? So when you get older, you come into your age, grown man, full man age. So you brothers supposed to gather this wisdom, not understanding from this age here. You see what I'm saying? Where you be by the time you get his age or his brother's age, you know what I'm saying, or our age, you be super sharp. Ain't nobody can touch you. You be a scholar. You know what I'm saying? So you supposed to be getting this wisdom, not understanding.
That's right.
Early. Then you'll see the difference between the people you hang around with. You'll see the difference between the pastors. You sit up in this class long enough, I'm telling you, 6 months or so, and you go before a pastor, and you're totally confounded. You wouldn't know. He could not even have a conversation. I'm telling you, this is how powerful this is right here. You see what I'm saying? When you look at this pastor, he's just so, you looked up to him like he was heavenly sent. And you come in here with these brothers and get these scriptures, and you go in with Pastor, let me ask you a question. God loves everybody? Yes, God loves everybody. Jesus loves everybody, yeah? What about Malachi said, Esau have I love? I mean, Jacob have I love, but Esau have I hate.
What about in the book of Ezra? Yeah.
My faith get twisted up. Then he's going to say, oh, that was because of the sin. Oh, yeah, let's go to Romans 9:13. Then he be finished. You see what I'm saying? This knowledge right here in Deuteronomy 4:4, it says, I this day giving you laws, statutes, and commandments, for this should be your wisdom and understanding in the sight of the nations that will say, surely this is a wise and understanding people. We talking about brothers that came out from the hood, right, dropped out of high school, junior high school, hustling, selling drugs in jail, drug dealers, murderers, killers, whatever, came in this truth and became scholars out here.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying?
And then you learn your history.
Brothers that couldn't even read.
That's right.
The also gave them the spirit to be able to read. Straight up.
How old are you brothers, man, if y'all mind me? 40.
Yeah,
like, man, I just want to say one little thing. We get back to the best. But look, man, when I was y'all age, like, Lord's my witness, man, I was y'all age. I had lost a friend, man. We was 15 years old. And it's like, this is the best time for y'all to get it, because I wish that he would have got it when we was younger, or I would have got it when I was y'all age, because when we was 15, man, he got gunned down. You know, it's just like, here it is, a 15-year-old kid get gunned down in the street, execution style. It's like he got shot 6 times in the head. It's like,
boy, he wasn't no head left.
It was like, at the end of the day, it's like he was y'all age, and he didn't get the opportunity to get this truth. But it's like, y'all have the opportunity to get the truth. So it's like, in this hour right now and during this time that we actually live in, it's like the Lord is actually giving y'all that opportunity. I mean, y'all know how St. Louis is. Y'all know how STL is. Like, look, snakes, thieves, and liars. That's what STL is for. Snake, thieves, and liars. Y'all know how it is out here. So at the end of the day, it's like, look, we are trying to teach our younger generations the ways of God, because we was never taught them when we was young.
All praise.
All praise.
Let's go ahead and get this prayer. You got a Psalms you can think of right offhand, bro? Get a prayer in. He hit 54 real quick. We'll get that prayer in real quick. It's 10 o'clock, y'all. We're going to get this prayer in. Youngest, what we do is we face toward the east. We get that out of 1 Kings chapter 8, right? It tells us, you ever be carried away into the land, like we get carried away into captivity. You see what I'm saying? And you find yourself, you turn back from where the Lord, you know, keeps his eye, his heart, and his mind for his people continue, right? The Bible tells us to lift our hands with no wrath and no doubt, like a baby. When the baby get ready to reach for his mom and daddy, then guess what? It knows they can get picked up, held. You got what?
Yeah, that's a short, and it's 14, state 14.
All right.
I'll be doing things like that.
And then we also got a direction. Hands, men is to uncover their head. Women are to cover their head. And so a lot of people wonder why things don't happen for them the way they want them to happen, because you don't even know how to make it happen. So you can't go out to that car and start if you ain't got no key, no gas, no oil, no antifreeze. You get what I'm saying? There's an order to it. So these are the things. Go ahead, bro. Let's get it.
This is Psalms 14, the chief position in Psalms of David. The fool have said in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. There is none that doeth good. The Most High Yahweh looketh down from heaven upon the children of men to see if there were any that did understand and seek him. They are all gone aside. They are all together become filthy. There is none that doeth good. No, not one. Have all the workers of iniquity no knowledge? Who eat of my people as they eat bread, and call not upon the Most High. There were they in great fear, for the Most High Yahweh is in the generation of the righteous.
That's right.
Ye have shamed the counsel of the poor, because the Most High Yahweh is his refuge. Oh, that the salvation of Israel.
That's right.
Oh, that the salvation of Israel will come out of Zion when Yahweh our power bringeth back the captivity of his people. Jacob shall rejoice, and Israel shall be glad. Hallelujah.
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 Selah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Praise the mighty Yah. Right. Oh.
All right, brothers. Now appreciate your time.
Hey, man, glad you had a word for our peoples, man. You know what I'm saying? That's our jobs, man. You know, we if we is watching and we don't say nothing, something happens. You know what I'm saying? That blood is on us. You know, but if you get something in, you can break it down and, you know, give them to them a bit. And all praises to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? That word has went forth. So like I just said, you know, like I said, it's funny. Everything you talked about, we touched on. So it's just the spirit edifying, second witnessing. You know what I'm saying? Hallelujah.
Man, you got to do another class together, brother.
Hey, I'm ready, bro. Say no more. Say less.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, Yaakov. All right, what was that? Psalms, that 119, verse 7.
Psalms 119, verse 7, fam. I will praise thee with a righteousness of heart, when I shall have learned thy righteous judgment.
There we go again. We need to remember these judgments of God. Because if you remember the judgments, I like, look, you know, if you get caught with cocaine, you're going to jail, right? You know, you get caught with a burner, you're going to jail, right? You get caught with a certain amount of weed, you're going to jail, right? Because you know the judgments of America. So if you had the judgments of God in your mind, guess what you would probably be doing? The same thing you're doing in America. You wouldn't be breaking those laws. That makes sense? And not because God is a boogeyman. It's just the fact that it's like your father, you know what I'm saying, or your parents. You have reverence for them. But you know what I'm saying? Fear and reverence can mean the same thing. I don't mean boogeyman. You shouldn't be sitting like this. You know what I'm saying? But it's just a certain level of respect or reverence you should have for your God, just the same way you have for your parents. Because the last thing you want to do is what? That's it. Let's get it, bro.
Verse 8. I will keep thy statute. Oh, forsake me not utterly.
Wow. So now we finna read bet. So y'all see how that was? That was a left, and that was 8. 8. Right? So it's gonna be 8 more verses. With each Hebrew letter, there's 8 verses. 8 and 22 gave us that 176. Just tripping off of that. Oh, you got that second Ezra. Yeah, Esau is the end of this world. Jacob is the beginning of the following. Yeah, bro. Hey, do me a favor, y'all. I ain't seen the screen move in a second. Give me a 7 if y'all could be, if we could be heard. I ain't seen the screen move in a minute. So make sure we still connected to the internet. You see anybody looking online from there? All right, 2 VR. All right, all praises, all praises. Torah Rabbah. Let's get it.
Psalms 119, verse 9. Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed thereto according to thy word.
Y'all just hear that? How should young men cleanse their ways? By taking heed to this word. All right, keep going.
Verse 10. With my whole heart have I sought thee. Oh, let me not wander from thy commandments.
There it go again, y'all. Are y'all starting to see the construction coming together? You see how the pieces of the puzzle are fitting together, right? Dealing with all kind of what's the word I want to use? Those calamities, those afflictions, those slanders, you know what I'm saying? All those things that came up and gave us, you know what I'm saying, trouble. Those things, right, can be overcome by simply having application of God's commandments, right? If you have art with your brother, right? Say if you had a problem with your homie right here, right? Shouldn't you holler at him first? Instead, but what you think would happen if you had a problem with him? But instead of you hollering at him, you wouldn't holler at the other homeboys about him. And then what you think they gonna do? Come back and tell who? And what you think he gonna be on? Yeah, because why? You should have did what? You know that's in the Bible? It says that Matthew 18.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and run it real quick. Just so you can see, that's why it's important for us to get this. And listen, we didn't write this. This is older than your captivity than America. You know how long you've been in America? You know how long our ancestors been here? Jamestown became, right, a state in 1607. The bulk of mass human cargo called the transatlantic slave trade, right? That was bulked in mass, like by the millions, in 1619. What year is this? 2019. So how many years is that? 400. That's a long time to be in the land of your captivity. You see what I'm saying? And the only way to come out is the quickest way is stop being like them. You think a black man should be keeping Christmas? You think an African white man came to Africa and gave y'all gifts? Exactly. What about Thanksgiving? They killed the Indians, enslaved the Negro, and you thankful for what?
Murder.
How about Halloween? Sam Hain. You know who Sam Hain is? I know you remember me and you was doing some studies on this. Sam Hain. He's a Druid pagan god of the dead. You worship death? You like death? You worship death? So why we keeping Halloween? You catch what I'm saying? Everything that you have been taught have been lies. That's what he was telling you. Like once you get in this truth and you start knucking and bucking, it don't make you a fool, it make you wise. Because as a man thinketh, so shall he what? So shall he be. If you think you're a thug, you're going to act like a who? If you think that you are intelligent, you're going to move what? So it's power in the perception of your mind and thought. You see what I'm saying? All right, let's go ahead and get it. Oh, you got that precept?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Matthew chapter 18, verse 15.
That's how you supposed to deal with your brother.
Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee.
It means if your brother do something that's a trespass, somebody committed a wrong against you.
Go and tell him his fault between him and thee, and him only. If he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother.
You gained your brother. Because you didn't have to go over and hide the homeboys. And you know, y'all young enough to know at 14, you can sit there and say red, black, and blue. By the time that story get back to him, it'd be green, yellow, and red. It wouldn't even be the same story. Then he'd be fired up over nothing. And then the Bible speaks against it. It's called tailburn, naysaying, rebel rousing. That causes conflict. And you know, nowadays, y'all more quicker to shoot than talk. So none of y'all fight no more. I ain't saying y'all per se.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
It's just what it is.
Just what it is, man.
It's just, I mean, look, people scared to take some butt whippings.
Yeah. So we had Psalms 119, we had verse what, 10, 11?
Psalms 118, verse 11. Thy word have I hid in my heart, that I might not sin against thee.
So what is sin? Y'all know what sin is? Sin is transgression of God's law. Right? 1 John 3 and 4. Sin is transgression of God's law. So just like if you break the law out here, you did what? You consider a what? Starts with a C. If I break a law out here, if I go out here and break in somebody's house, hurt somebody, shoot somebody, whatever, I become
not the
a what?
crime, but if you commit the crime, you are a what? It starts with a C though. It's like criminal.
So if you break God's law, you make yourself a criminal in the eyes of God. Do you want your creator to be a criminal? You want to be No, you don't want that. Let's get it.
Verse 12. Bless art thou, O Lord. Teach me thy statutes.
That's right.
With my lips have I declared all the judgments of thy mouth.
So we supposed to be sitting here declaring the judgments of God that came out of whose mouth? His mouth. Keep going.
I have rejoiced in the way of thy testimony, as much as in all riches.
As much as in what?
All riches.
Let's check that riches thing out, right? So give me Joshua 1:7-8. Joshua chapter 1. Because see, the whole thing we think about is riches, we think about money, right? But it ain't never been money, right? Because if a man is rich, but he wicked, what you think his end will be? No good. You know what I'm saying? Now I know y'all been, I don't know how y'all young. So like I remember what was that? Puff Daddy, and that's close enough to them, right? He said more money, more what? See what I'm saying? It was never about that. The greatest man who walked the planet was born in a family where the father or the stepfather or the father in stewardship, some would say, was a carpenter. Wasn't the richest thing in the world. You know what I'm saying? You're dealing with the people that was husbandmen. You can never have all their money. Uncle Sam created this for the wealth of his, not yours. Only 1% of ours got wealth. But do you think they get their wealth back to us?
They're gonna spend it right.
No, they gonna spend it with them. They don't even marry black no more, do they? Ghost, no Ghost, right, from TV show Power? White wife. What about Lucius Line? White wife.
And this, I mean,
Tiger Woods got in all that trouble messing with what?
The football players, all the athletes, the football players. Like, dang.
And did you know that's against the law of your God? To marry into other nations? You see what I'm saying? Question. There's many different types of birds, right? Tell you, Muhammad Ali was cold with this. Lots of different birds, right? But birds don't mix breed, do they? Blue jays stick with who? Cardinals stick with who? But they all birds, right? But they don't. You see what I'm saying? You don't see eagles kicking it with buzzards, do you? Owls with ostrich? Nah, that would be terrible. That would be terrible. You don't even see Big Bird off Sesame Street going to kick it with another big bird. I think he's the only big bird in creation, man. How the hell did Big Bird get her? We be going off, man.
Yeah, so I mean, so what he trying to say is, like, you got a lot of people who breed dogs, right? So say if I breed pit bulls, right, and I want a strong bloodline of pit bulls, and they call them bullies, right? You got this one strong bloodline of bullies, then you got another strong bloodline of, they call Kobe's, right? These are the black pit bulls. They only mate with these. Pit bulls only mate with pit bulls to keep the bloodline strong. You don't see people who want a bloodline strong. They don't mix pit bulls with rock robbers because now it's a mixed breed. And then they call those dogs mutts.
Mutts.
It's a mixed breed. So what he's saying is, like, keep the seed pure and royal and have the bloodline strong. Like the mixing of seeds.
I'm saying my mom's calling.
Oh, okay.
See, I got some understanding. How about y'all out there in the World Wide Web? How y'all getting? Y'all getting this understanding? And tell you what, your brother, you know what I'm saying? We want to make sure we getting this lesson, but at the same time, make sure our youth get them. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause you never know when you might have them in here. You know what I'm saying? Again, and you know, it's definitely important for all of us to partake. You know what I'm saying? But definitely want to make sure our youth get it, man, because listen, y'all the future. The wheels of this system is days on y'all back. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all the front line. Y'all the soldiers. You know what I'm saying? So you should be getting war ready right now. Little white kids and little Jimmy and them, you know, they at the gun range. They sitting there playing with bow and arrows. Y'all sitting there shooting at each other, not y'all. But you know what I'm talking about, right? Like this. Who shoots like that? You see what I'm saying? Right. But even if you do this, Most of y'all don't even know how much recoil and kick or what grain of bullet you use and even know what type of recoil you're going to get. You see what I'm saying? So you hold your grip forward, backwards. You double hold the hand. Just depends on what you're using. You see what I'm saying? Or can you one-hand that deal? Pow! I didn't seen that before.
Oh, yeah.
Gun flew right out there. I said, what? We out, bro. We out at you. I'll let you. You see what I'm saying? You supposed to be getting trained already at 14. You falling behind the 8 ball, right? You're already powerful, naturally strong. Probably can take on mostly anything anywhere that come your way. You see what I'm saying? But there's an art to war, right? So somebody who can't fight as good as y'all can have a better strategy of fighting than y'all and overcome and surpass y'all. You see what I'm saying? Then you do a disservice to yourself, your community, and your family, right? Just something to think about. Wait, bro, what verse we
at? Joshua chapter 1, verse 7.
7 and 8, yeah.
Only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law, which Moses my servant commanded thee. There
we go again. Y'all starting to see how this stuff is stacking? You walk with God and his power when you just obey what he commands you to obey. And I ain't talking about like it's not robotic. Because the Bible tells that his commandments are not what?
Grievous.
They're not grievous. It's not hard. You go to work, right? I mean, well, not now. You might if you got a work permit. You go to school. All praises. All praises. See, that's good. Because you earn it. A man is worthy of his meat. He earns his keep. That's valuable. That's very valuable what you're doing. And hopefully one day you learn something about cleaning lawnmowers, how to build them. Understand what the spark plug is, the combustion. Yeah. That's a real skill set for real. You know what I'm saying? And with that basic knowledge, you start getting up to higher knowledges and start actually building cars, right? Or repairs. That's a skill set. Now you are able to obtain a skill set that can allow you to make income. You can open a shop, or you can work for a shop. You can work for a dealership. You see what I'm saying? And once you get up in there, you get them employee discounts and benefits. You be riding the brand new whips all the time. Why? Because you start off building lawnmowers. You start learning out with 1 spark plug. Then you start learning out there's 4-cylinder cars with 4, 6 cylinders with 6, 8 with 8. Some go with 12. You see what I'm saying? Depending on what making model you got. Then you start worrying about electric cars that don't even use fuel no more. Just electricity. All because you learned how to build a lawnmower. You see what I'm saying? Clean it, then build it. Then you learn the basics. Then you take that and you enhance it along your journey through school and educating yourself, right? And you can get yourself right about this mess. You see what I'm saying? But don't be a career vulgar person. What I mean by that, you get good, and then you leave all your people behind. Remember what I said? What's the basic function? Born, pass information, and then die. Come back and help somebody else out. Come back and mentor somebody else. Come back and say, I used to be that same little knucklehead running all up and down the street. You hear me? See what I'm saying? That's love, man. When you love your people, listen, Chinese people do it, right? They take all our money from all our neighborhoods with these Chinese stores. How many Chinese people come down to black stores and buy anything? Have you seen it? And you look, y'all 14 don't see it. We don't see it and we older. You see what I'm saying? How many of these Arabs come down here and go into a mom and pop black-owned store like Jaden's over Martin Luther King? They don't do that. They don't spend no money with y'all. Y'all spend all y'all money with them. Did you know that's in the Bible too? That the stranger shall come within thee and he should be very high and you shall be what?
Very low.
Very low. Deuteronomy 28. You live this life whether you accepted or rejected. You live the life of Israel because that's who you are. This is your curse because you have forgotten your God. And you started adhering to other gods. You see what I'm saying? So that's why it's good y'all getting it, man. I'll probably, it's Friday night. You could be anywhere. Hey, right on all y'all out here on the World Wide Web. I always used to say it all the time. It's Friday night. I thank y'all because y'all could be anywhere else. But you're right here with your boy. my partner, my brother, and my young brothers. All right? Let's go ahead and get some more of this meat, man. Because when you start to find out, oh, let's get there, you finish up with prosperity, we can get down to that deal. Verse 7.
Oh, yeah. Verse 7 again. Oh, be thou strong and very courageous. Sorry, fam. That thou mayest observe to do according to all the law, which Moses my servant commanded thee.
That's right.
Turn not from it to the right hand or to the left, that thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou goest.
So if you obey God, that's prosperity, right? This man got his own house. Not bad for a couple of brothers from the hood. Brothers got their own, got their children, got their women. You know what I'm saying? Got their houses in order. These young men. By the time I was 20, I had already had children. I had already had a career as a commercial analyst. I had real estate. I bought my own house, bought my own 4-family flat, had a few vehicles. You know what I'm saying? And 20. You know what I'm saying? So by the time I got to where I'm at now, I'm cool. Now my children are grown and my children got children. You see what I'm saying? So you can do it. Not bad for a black man from North St. Louis. You see what I'm saying? And I got all the gunshots, stab wounds, car crashes, death, everything that you probably gonna run into. Pray that you don't. Pray that you don't.
Most definitely, man. It ain't,
pray you don't.
It ain't a thing. Man, look, when I was, you know, just off topic real quick, just talk to you. Look, when I was 16 years old, man, I got it was me, my little brother, and my 2 cousins. So long story short, my mom's ended up getting into it with a woman at White Castle, right? So she get into it with this woman at White Castle. So she ended up coming back to the house, and my little brother them ended up leaving. So they ended up going around the corner to get this movie called Lil Pimp or whatnot. I till this day I never seen the movie, right? So my little brother then ended up going around the corner to get the movie. Remind you, it's snowing outside. I'm talking about it's blizzarding. So this was like in 2006, man. I was 16 years old. So my little brother was gone. So I'm like, man, what my brother doing, man? I'm like, man, let me go around the corner because they went to go get this movie. So I go around the corner. As soon as I go around the corner, go to my partner's house, and then we walking back. My 2 cousins and my little brother. So we walking, and all I heard was like, plop, 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 plop. Like 4 shots. So I look back at my cousins. I'm like, man, stop popping fireworks. Cause he was goofy. You know, he's like a silly dude. I'm like, man, stop popping fireworks. He's like, man, I ain't popping off fireworks. He on the phone with his girlfriend. Then my cousin like, man, I'm hit. So he take off running. He running. Remind you, my house, we getting shot at right behind my house. And I heard my mama screaming on the phone because somebody, first she was like, I heard her screaming because she heard gunshots and she knew that we was outside. So I just hear her screaming on the phone or whatnot. So my little cousin ended up running. He got shot in the stomach. He ended up running. He ended up running to the house or whatnot. And my little brother, as we running, he fell down in front of me. And I thought my little brother was dead. So I go over his back or whatnot. As soon as I turn the corner, it's like the poles right here. It's just like plop, 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 right by my head. And it's like I ran right past the gate and all the bullets was right there, right by my head. And they all hit the pole like ding, 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 all the way down the pole. And I'm running right by a truck, collapsed on the side of the truck. I ended up getting shot in the ankle or whatnot. And my little brother ended up getting shot in the back. So that night, man, they shot 55 times. They shot 55 times. You can look it up to this day, 2006. They shot 55 times or whatnot. And they only landed 4 shots. They shot 55 times and only landed 4 of those shots. I took one in the ankle. My little brother still got his in his back. Cousin got his in the stomach, and my other cousin, his went through his ankle or whatnot, you know, so he entered in and, you know, coming out or whatnot. But long story short, it's just like at the end of the day, I'm here today after all that happened. And I was 16 years old. It's just like, look, the Lord had a different plan for me. It's like I never knew what the plan was. I used to always, when I was young, I said, man, look, I want to get shot. I want to feel how it is to get shot. Nah.
You'd be amazed, bro. People actually think like that. Like that brother just said and told you he thought about jumping off the roof. That's how quick the enemy can seep up in your head and have you do something. It'll have you do one of them skirts off the lot and crash.
Yeah, it's like it ain't.
I can't tell you where that comes from, but it's true.
It ain't something pretty, man. Like, you know, it's just like just showing like how the Lord has like always
preserved you.
Preserved me, man. Just like I just think about it so much, man. I you know, my son, I ended up telling him one time. So when we got shot, I wanted retaliation, right? So it's just like any other man. It's like you want retaliation. It's like life ain't all about retaliation. Back then, I didn't understand it. I wanted retaliation. So I just had the courage, and I was just like, you know what? We going back, and we gonna retaliate, because in our head, we already knew who did it. You know what I'm saying? We already knew who did it. So we, you know, going over to the neighborhood and whatnot, and I had a 38, and I'm standing in the gangway, and the dude, he laying on the porch with his head down, laying on the porch, and I upped it, and I tried to squeeze it, and it would not budge. So I look back at my partner, I'm like, man, it's not shooting. So the dude saw me from down the street. They said, there go Lil Bill. That's my nickname. They said, there go Lil Bill. So I ended up running across the street. So I handed it to my partner. I gave it to him. As soon as I gave it to him, he lifted up and pow, 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 it shot. I was like, wow. It's like the Lord was showing me all my life since I was little. Like, I got something better for you. But you keep trying to do this. I'm going to keep showing you every time that this ain't it. This ain't it. So, till this day, like, that's why I'm reading that.
Now, mind you, at 16, think you had a wife? How many children you got, bro?
I got 6 children.
How many children you got?
6.
What if he would have died? How many children would he have? How many wives would he have? See how important this life is? You know what I'm saying? Not to scare, just what it is, bro. Right. Same thing. I would have had, if I had died in my gunshots, like, and not been brought back, I should say. You know what I'm saying? 7 kids and 12 grandbabies wouldn't even exist right now. Not by me. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's important. And now, right, this man got a skill set. He go to work. You know what I'm talking about? And his, you know what I'm saying? In your 20s, late 20s?
No,
30s?
Yeah, I'll be 32 this year.
Early 30s, you know what I'm saying? Got his life together. You know what I'm saying? He up here taking time out of his day because he got a wife and kids at home to come and make sure that his people can feed and eat off this word. And sure, these are real stories, man. You know what I'm saying? None of that make-believe stuff. For real, for real. For real, for real. And the only way to get up out of this is to come back to your God, keep his charge, right? And it'll go well with you. That's what you're reading right here in that Joshua.
Joshua chapter 1, we getting back, y'all. So Joshua chapter 1, verse 8. It said, this book of the law shall not depart of thy mouth.
There go again. But how we're reading Psalms, how we reading in Sirach, how we reading in Timothy, how we reading every word throughout this book is keeping God's charge is your way to success. It's your way to peace. It's your way to understanding. It's your way to wisdom. It's your way to win. Go ahead.
But thou shalt meditate therein day and night.
There it go again. Meditate.
That thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success.
So how you have good success? You just heard the recipe. Keep the commandments. Carry out the charge, do his will, good success. Not that rich stuff we read thinking it's money. So we're going back to the Psalms now. All right, we ready.
Psalms. We're going back to Psalms, family. Psalms 119, verse 12.
That's right.
Bless, O thou, O Lord, teach me thy statutes. With my lips have I declared all the judgments of thy mouth. I have rejoiced in the way of the testimonies as much as in riches. I will meditate in thy precepts and have respect unto thy ways.
There go there. Precepts and meditate again. Keep going.
I will delight myself in thy statutes.
I will do what?
I will delight myself in thy statutes.
I will take joy in myself in thy statutes.
I will not forget thy word.
Give me Romans 7:22 real quick. You're supposed to delight in the law of the Lord. It's your wisdom. It's your light. You know what I'm saying? It's your connection to that thing that's higher than you. You know what I'm saying? It's like a car, right? You familiar with like lawnmowers, right? It has instructions, right? Tells you which switch you got to put on to get it started. Do you pull it? Do you turn it? Do you have to prime it first? You know what I'm saying? But it comes with instructions. So your God who created you gave you what? Bible. Basic instructions before leaving earth. Bible. Basic instructions before leaving earth. You do well to do what he's saying. Teach me. All praises. All praises. And all I get and get what?
Understand.
Get understanding. See what I'm saying? Basic instructions on how to live a successful, prosperous life. Makes sense. You don't want to live in hell and die and go. What part of the game is that? To live in this type of hellhole in the land of your captivity, than to go to hell on the back end because you want to live like your oppressor. Well, it sounds like a little mixture of reincarnation, but I mean, you can have what they call the resurrection, eternal life, right?
Come on, let me say it again. Say it again, because I don't think that's what you're saying. Say it again.
Baptized, close.
Right. But he said you come back and you'll remember your old life. Remember, he said
it's like reincarnation.
No, I'm saying, think about it. Okay, come on with it, bro. Or they saying that you'll come back, like if you physically die, you'll come back as somebody else? Or
after you be baptized, you come as somebody else.
Oh, yeah, right. So if you've been baptized, yeah, because he said baptized.
Okay, I got you. All right, so what they're telling you is Christ spoke to a man named Nicodemus, right? And he said, in order for a man to be born again, he has to be renewed in his mind and his spirit. But Nicodemus is like, well, how can I be reborn again? I can't go back in my mother's womb. You can't go back, can you? You can't. I'm way too big.
It's
way too big. You see what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is you have to be renewed in mind and spirit. So if you sit and go get baptized, right, and confess that Christ is your Lord and Savior, right, it's just not lip service, right? Give me Matthew 19 real quick. Oh, you already had another precept?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's like Matthew 19. I believe it's like, what's that? I can't stand it. Looks like this. I think it's like 16 and 17. Let me hear a little bit of it.
You said Matthew chapter 19, verse 16?
Yeah, let me hear how that sounds.
Matthew chapter 19, verse 16. And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good things shall I do that I may have eternal life?
You hear that? So what your friend is sitting there saying is that if you be baptized, right, or born again, right, so you can be, I guess, moving toward the kingdom, if you will. You see what I'm saying? But if you don't confess your sins, and once you got to learn what a sin is. You know what I'm saying? You can't say, Lord, forgive me for something you don't know what you're asking for. And you can't make up sins. You see what I'm saying? So once you come to the knowledge of the truth, right, this is what we were talking about, then you get to a place where say, all right, Lord, well, now I know what it is that I'm here for. What's the whole duty of man? What's the whole duty of man? Right. That's part of the play, but I mean, what's the whole duty that you smoke clears and dust settles? What is it that we're supposed to do? I'll go back to that Matthew 15 while you pulling. I already know you're going there. The whole duty of man. And it's not a bad thing. He gonna read it for you. He gonna read it for you.
It's easy.
Because these things are something that you will know. So baptism is a part. But if you ceremonially baptize yourself, but you don't have the Lord in you according to this, then you're just a wet sinner. It did you no good. But if you believe like Christ, shouldn't you do it what Christ do? You know how you used to have that? What was the thing you said that? What would Jesus do?
What would Jesus do? WW.
JD or something?
Yeah, JD. Yeah, WW.
What would Jesus do? He would keep the commandments of his Father. He would do the will of his Father. Same thing we've been telling you the whole time. So if you went down and got baptized and you came up and you murked somebody, you think you're a new creature? If you went and got baptized and you raped somebody, are you a new creature? You see what I'm saying? You have to know this. Then as a man, because you're coming to a place where y'all are man, y'all can actually make children. So in our kingdom, in antiquity, y'all would have been considered almost like grown men. You know what I'm saying? You would be already taught, trained, how to tend, make money, build. You have all that skill set already. You see what I'm saying? But you have to learn what this is before you can say, I need to be baptized in it. That makes sense? And then, yeah, once you do that little whip, man, it'd be an honor and a pleasure to deal with y'all little bros. Take y'all out. We take everybody out to Sullivan, Missouri. We don't charge nobody gas money. We go out there and get in the river and baptize. But you have to make a conscious mind decision that you're giving your life over to God. You get what I'm saying? And it's kind of that proverbial playtime is over. So the next time I ask you this question, what's the whole duty of man? You'll be able to answer just like this.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. So listen. It says, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
When we get done talking, after everything's been weighed in, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Fear God.
Do what?
Fear God.
Do what? Do what?
And keep his commandments.
And do what?
For this is the whole duty of man.
What's the whole duty of man? Keep his commandments. And that's the beginning of wisdom. You get what I'm saying? We all have to start somewhere. Everybody was babes in this. Still babes. This is a lifelong lesson. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got it all.
No.
We don't. You know what I'm saying? But we do try to put our hand to the plow to get it. So when I sit and talk to y'all and I can sit and tell you about we shouldn't be doing this, we shouldn't be doing that and doing this and doing that. Like your friend has sat with me. I even offered to pay them if they can find. I gave them all assignments. Give me the origins of this, this and this. Tell me what this is. And I got some money for it. Now it won't benefit me. I got that knowledge already. But it's so that you can have that knowledge. Because if a man thinketh, so shall he what? So shall he be.
So quick question. So though y'all know it says fear God and keep his commandments, right? So y'all understand that's the whole duty of man, right? To fear God and what? Right, so,
that's right.
So the question is, do you know the commandments?
That'd be the next point.
That's next.
You want to go Exodus 20?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to read Exodus 20 and bro gonna tell y'all what y'all commandments is. So now when you say the whole duty of man is to fear, because if you tell somebody right now, they're like, you like, hey, yeah, I heard that today the whole duty of man, what we supposed to be out here doing is fearing God and keeping his commandments. They're like, oh, okay, keeping the commandments. Like, okay, what's the commandments? And you like,
what's the G code?
I don't know. I don't know what the commandments is. It's like you're really not applying. So now he's going to tell you what the commandments are. So now you will understand, like, okay, that's what my commandments are. So now you understand to fear God and keep the commandments. You know which commandments he's talking about. All right.
And while you read now, I'm going to go back to the other precept. So he's finna pull that. I'm going to read this for you. And this is the question that we all have. Check this question out. And behold, one came and said unto him, good master, talking to Christ, good master, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life? Ain't that the question? That is literally the question. Like, look, Lord, we do all this. How do I get to the kingdom? Listen what Christ answered. And he said unto him, why callest me good? There is none good but one, and that is God. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments. There it go again.
So
Now, I'm gonna run off with something you want to do.
You know what I'm saying? So in order to get eternal life, we must do what? Look, bro, what we supposed to do in order to get eternal life?
I read again. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments. And for God, that's the whole duty. Now look what Christ ran to him. Huh?
I said, I want to lose.
Oh, go ahead. You gonna do the Exodus?
Yeah, Exodus 20.
Oh, you want me to go down?
No, I said I'm starting verse 1.
Oh, go ahead.
So, yeah, so they get their commandments, don't want to lose them.
No, all praise, bro. Man, I ain't gonna let me quench the spirit. You gonna lay that charge on me, player. Go ahead, man. Handle your business.
Yeah, so I'm gonna read them, your commandments, and bro gonna tell you what your commandments are, okay?
And we'll
we're gonna write them down.
I'm gonna write them down for y'all, so y'all can take them. The next time we talk, just a small, quick 10. You know what I'm saying? And matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and write them down. And give them to you now.
All right, so it says, and God spake all these words, saying.
Wait.
It says, and God spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt not have no other gods before me.
So that's your first commandment right there. Right?
So
thou shalt have no other gods before me. What do that mean? What do you think that means? Right? Good. We can repeat it.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
That's right.
That's right. So that's your first commandment. No other gods before the Most High. Right? It said, thou shalt not make unto thee any graven images or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the waters under the earth.
You know what a graven image is? Picture. No, you're all right. It's like picture. You know how people walk around with these white pictures of Jesus around here? That's why. That's why that law should be kept. You think Jesus is a white boy? He not. The Bible says he black. The Bible says God is black. The people are black. You know what I'm saying? Their visage is darker than the coal. This Bible is black history. For real, for real. But I'm going to write all these commandments down for you. And then y'all can keep them. And then study them. And it's just the beginning of wisdom. And because all of us have a beginning point. You had to learn how to say 1, 2, 3 before you know how to add 1 + 2 + 3. You see what I'm saying? It's a progression. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 5. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the 3rd and 4th generation of them that hate me. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Go right ahead. Some chips over there, too. So your first commandment, right? Thou shalt have no other gods before me. You know, you really realize how you mistyping when you start back writing.
Oh, yeah.
Thou shalt have no other gods before. And then printing, it's cursive.
Said, thou shalt not have any engraven images or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the waters under the earth. Verse 5. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children of the 3rd and 4th generations of them that hate me.
3rd commandment is thou shalt not take his name in vain. Just like, you know, I said, I put that on what? On God? Who does that? Man, on God. What? GD me. That's how you want to play with your guy? But you know what I'm saying? But you know, that's common talk. You know what I'm saying? And it man, I could be jumping out. In the Bible, it's Matthew 12:36. It says you have to give an account for every idle word you speak. Everything you have to give an account for. That's why we got to be conscious of ourselves all the time. These are the mannerisms as men should move. We shouldn't be moving based off emotions. Not saying that you're a robot. I'm not saying that. We all get mad and all that. But the way we move when that anger comes upon us, that governs the manhood. You see what I'm saying? You should be in charge of your emotions.
Right. Control them.
You know what I'm saying?
And then, man, look, y'all know people do it all the time. They be like, knowing they lying, first thing they say, who is the first person they put it on? First person they put it on is their mama, right? And y'all know they lying. Know they lying. Like, look, I put that on my mama, right? I put that on my mama. I didn't say that. And then 2 days later, their mama in the hospital sick. She the healthiest person in the world. And 2 days later, she in the hospital sick. So, wow, they just lied. And they put that curse on their mama. It's like, wow. So every idle word that we say, so you got to be careful the things that you say because it can come into existence, right? Don't y'all believe in speaking things into existence? It's like, look, we speak things into existence. And then at the end of the day, it's just like, and your words will be brought up in the day of judgment. So be careful what you're saying about your brothers, your sisters, or whoever it is in your family, or anybody.
Anybody. So number 3,
verse 6, and showing mercy unto the thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the Lord thy God name in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
The Sabbath day is the 7th day of the week. That's today.
That's today. Because
when the sun sets, we've been taught that when a new day begins. What they tell you in school. When does the day begin? At the midnight?
After 12.
Yeah, after 12. 12 midnight, right? It's just usually what they say.
Right.
But don't this make more sense because God created the heavens and earth? Don't the day end when the sun is gone? You say exactly. So you have to understand a lot of things that you've been taught have been lies. This is what wisdom would do. You know what I'm saying? That's why wisdom is precious. So that's why we say Shabbat Shalom just means 7th day peace. You know what I'm saying? Or peaceful 7th day. You see what I'm saying? With your brother, Shabbat Shalom, bro. Shabbat Shalom. Because the 4th commandment says what? Remember the Sabbath or the Shabbat to keep it holy. Means set apart. What we doing now? Fellowshipping with people on the World Wide Web. You know what I'm saying? Live on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? With people all across the country that follow us. You know what I'm saying? Sitting with our brother. I said, we could be anywhere. Used to be times where you couldn't wait till Friday night. Well, we paid. Boy, where my honey is at? Boy, I'm shining on my car. Gold's gleaming. You know what I'm saying? Put my best jewelry on. You know what I'm talking about? Give me a pocket full of condoms and be on here trying to wild and out. All the time, I'm setting my soul up for the greatest damnation in existence. You hear me? One day, your God just asks you to set yourself and everything to the side and give something back to me, which is your reasonable service. Reasonable. If your mama did some good stuff for you, wouldn't you want to get your mama something nice for the one time? Makes sense. Same thing with your God.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. And thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy sons, nor thy daughters, thy manservants, nor thy maidservants, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gate. For in the 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that is in them is, and rested the 7th day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Honor thy father and thy mother.
You heard that? So the first commandment jumps off no other God, no graven image, right? No name in vain. Remember the Sabbath. The very next commandment is what? Honor thy father and thy mother. That's serious. That's going to come before these other commandments. You'll be like, why did that come before? Listen, Christ himself said, he who curses his father or mother should die to death. That's what he said. Because if you can't obey your father and mother who God gave over you, right? And even if you don't agree with him, say if your mom is a dope fiend, whatever, all that, you know what I'm saying? There's still a level of honor you cannot cross.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Now, as a child, you know, y'all know how to avoid that. Oh, man, come on, she's drunk. Let's go hide in the room. Let's go back. We sleep. I mean, you got to do what you got to do to make it through that. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm not saying that you should have to go through that as a child. But these are realities in the world that we live in. You see what I'm saying? But there's still a level of respect you can't never cross. You can't never, you mother, I wish you was dead. I hate you. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. You got it. Even if you don't agree, because listen, man, you're only a child. How old is your mother? Sorry, but how old is your old man? 35, right? And you 14. So that means you got 3 to 4 more years between you hit 17 and 18 when you actually legally can go out here on your own, right? Your father is twice your age plus 7, right? So that means you're going to have a whole another 14 years to be grown. You get what I'm saying? How old is your grandparents still alive? And I'm not being nosy. I'm just trying to get you to see these according to numbers. Numbers worked good for me, for my father. That's how he taught me. 48. All right, so that's 3 times the amount at 48, right? So that puts you at 42. 42 plus 6. All that is say, listen, you got 3 more 14s. Well, you got 2 more because you already won 14. So you're going to be an adult twice as long if you make it just your grandmama's age. You catch what I'm talking about? So be the child. Make the grades. Learn. Become this man, how he read that you should become by learning this now. So nobody can't pull the proverbial wool over your eyes, right? Honor your father. Love your Elohim, your God, your power. You know what I'm saying? Keep these charges. And I'm writing them down, and these are yours to take with you. I'm going to pass this to y'all. Y'all just, you know, you write a copy for you, then we got to get back on this. I mean, we just might have to continue.
We just continue.
I'll be here tomorrow about 12:30. I'm going to do a whole different class tomorrow. I'm going to do a class tomorrow about the Sabbath. So you can learn about that 4th commandment. I'm going all in. All right? We'll have some stuff here or whatever. Yeah, definitely go back. Huh?
So when we finish telling y'all the commandments.
What time?
You supposed to be leaving at 11?
Okay. Oh, you got 4 minutes.
All right.
All right, well, go ahead. Make sure, go ahead, run them commandments real quick.
Honor thy father and thy mother, that the days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill. That's another commandment. That's your 6th commandment. Thou shalt not kill, right? Your 7th commandment. Thou shalt not commit adultery. You know what adultery is? Now, you ain't got to call me sir. I'm your brother. You ain't got to call me sir. I'm your brother. But adultery is, say if that's your brother, right? Say he got a girlfriend, right? So what's adultery? Exactly. Because that's your brother's girlfriend. Would you want him talking to your woman? No, that ain't right, is it? You know. So if they lay down with each other, that's called adultery. You know what laying down with each other is, right? So if If a married man lays down with a married woman, that's adultery. So your seventh commandment, thou shalt not commit adultery. And the music that we listen to today, they promote us to talk to other people's wives and other people's women. They, through the music you listen to, they promote the breaking of commandments.
And if you ain't got time to copy it down, that's it right there. Go ahead and read them out loud because he got them now. And that's out of Exodus chapter 20. I should have wrote that on there.
So your eighth commandment is what?
You got the ink pen back there?
Thou. All right. So you know what that is, right? So what's your ninth commandment?
Burr.
So you know what that is? You ain't gotta call me sir, I'm your brother. Yeah, I'm your brother. You ain't gotta call me sir, bro. We bro. Bearing false witnesses, lying on your brother, right? So that's bearing a false witness. Say if you say, yeah, I saw, I'm just call him Steve. You know, like, yeah, I saw Steve stealing from Tasha's house yesterday.
Knowing it was probably you.
Knowing it was you, but Steve didn't work yesterday. But you, right? So you're lying on him. That's called bearing false witness,
which can cause criminal or, like in this situation, when some get shot.
So your 10th commandment is what? Covenant. You know what that is? Say, okay. Say if he got a house, a nice house, and a nice car, right? A lot of people, when they see people who have nice stuff like that, what is something that they do? They try to take it.
There you go.
Yeah, see, that's called what? Coveting. You'll try to kill your brother just to get what he got. Why won't you work just as hard as he did to get what he got? You work as hard to get what you want. You ain't got to get the exact same thing.
Or ask. There's nothing. We actually had this conversation yesterday. You'll be amazed sometimes that you have not because you ask not. If that's your brother, y'all been with each other, y'all kept the commandments, which means y'all loved y'all God, y'all honored, that's what the first four, obeying God. You honored your father. Y'all didn't have no situation where y'all had to kill each other. Y'all didn't have no situations where y'all slept with each other, Gail. You know what I'm saying? Y'all didn't have no situation where he came over your house and you had a rack on the table. Not $1 out of your rack came up missing. You know what I'm saying? When he came over your house, you had one of your chains or rings on the table and none of your stuff came up missing. That's a brother. You ain't never lied on him and he ain't never lied on you, right? You know what I'm saying? And y'all never ever envied each other because that's another word for covet is envy. You see what I'm saying? Dang, bingo, man, great job. So what that is y'all have a great friendship. You see what I'm saying? Now, say that he made it a little bit further than you did. You know what I'm saying? Just doing some things. But that's your man's. And you done dealt with him honestly this whole time. Hey, you know what, cuz? I got an opening at my job that just came over. I've been there for 5-6 years. Till you know what? I'm going to get you pulled in. Because sometimes it really is who you know.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? And that's your man. You know what he going to say for you? Listen, man, I've been with my man this whole time, man. You know that man ain't never did nothing wrong to me. Like, I can honestly say with this brother here and this brother Charles right here, I can honestly say they ain't never wronged me. I've been knowing him before he even had all the children that he got.
Right. You
see what I'm saying? Exactly. We're not supposed. And now, this is going to be the summary. This is what Christ summarized, right? Summary means what? Just make it simpler. Love God. Love thy neighbor as you love yourself. Would you rob yourself? Would you kill yourself? Would you lie on yourself? Would you steal from yourself? Would you sleep with your own something you know you ain't supposed to be sleeping with something? So that's how you love your neighbor. What you wouldn't do to you, do to him.
Exactly.
That's just the real summary of it. Love God, keep his commandments. Love my neighbor as I love myself. I love this brother like I literally love me. His wife ain't got to be in fear of being around me. And listen, women know. Women got that
intuition.
Definitely got that discerning spirit, but my wife cold with it. I had to go back there and say, I'm sorry, you were sure right.
I know what she did. I know y'all said y'all had to get up out here. It's 11:02.
Oh, yeah, man, if y'all want to grab some chips or some more water, whatever, man, y'all help yourself and then hopefully Most High willing. See how we said that? Most High willing, because ain't none of us promise to wake up tomorrow. You see what I'm saying? But Most High willing, we see y'all tomorrow if y'all want to shoot through.
So now
you know the door's open.
So what's the whole duty of man before y'all go? I said, what's the whole duty of man before y'all go? All praise.
My man's. All right. Appreciate you, brother.
All right, bro. I'm your brother. You ain't got to call me sir, all right? I'm your brother.
I appreciate it.
Hey, not a problem,
All
my family. You get home to your mom.
On, bro.
She loves you. And Charles, Mr. Charles, is like the door behind y'all. So.
Just put it right there. I get it.
Yeah,
we'll get it. Yeah, just put it on the table.
Yeah, just put it on the table. We'll get it. All right, y'all. Hey, look, y'all. Hey, look. Thank you all for tarrying with us, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes this stuff, hey, look, all praises, you know, it ain't about, sometimes it just don't run, it don't run on schedule.
Right.
Sometimes it don't fall the way you plan it. But I truly believe it happens the way it has to happen. You hear me? Because them young guys came by earlier, just before you got here, they just wanted some water. You know what I'm saying? And then I said, we know y'all get a chance, you know, we finna do class, whatever, you know, come on back. Showed up, they came back, and listen, they sat. And the whole thing about with youth, I learned just from me raising my children, we are people, especially boys, you have to engage.
Yeah, sure.
Boys wasn't meant to sit still like this. But once they engage, it sticks with them. Give them a piece of paper, we'll run again, you know what I'm saying? A little small rewards, you know what I'm saying, for doing stuff, you know, just positive reinforcement. That's all. No different than that little mouse will get a little cheese and be made through the maze, right? All right, y'all. How y'all feeling, man? Y'all want to go a little bit more into this Psalms 119, or y'all want to leave that for a homework assignment? Because tomorrow I'm doing a class about the Sabbath. How we supposed to be operating on the Sabbath. The do's and the don't. My sister said, let's get it. Keep going. Let's get it. All right, back to Psalms 119 it is then. I know, right? Watch this. I need some wine. That's right, bro. I know that's right, bro. Wine helps with some of the small infirmities of the stomach. Makes you feel a little good, too. All right. Well, you know how it is. I'm going to serve it. When people say keep going, let's get it. So what was it? I think we was right here at 17. We're at Gamel. He's going to be 8 more of the next Hebrew letter.
Psalms chapter 119, verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
Deal bountifully with thy servant, that I may live and keep thy word. Open thou my eyes, that I may behold wondrous things out of the law.
Y'all understand that? You know, like we always talk about how everybody has a certain skill set. You know what I'm saying? Mally has his skill set in the way he teach. I have mine. Uriel has his. Jacques Ellie has his, and so on and so forth. And like with Yaki has his as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that brother, I actually really enjoy listening to the young brother because he brings out like a a metaphysical side of the Torah, and there's really so many levels to the understanding. Look, give you a quick example. When you read Deuteronomy 17, right, and it talks about the king, right, he should not multiply unto himself, too many wives, too many horses, too much gold, you know what I'm saying? But Israel didn't have no king, did we? Not at the time Moses gave that law. So the law is prophetic. But if you read that and you don't trip off of that, you just don't trip off of it. But you'd be amazed when I ask that question, people try to think, oh, we had Saul. Did we? Saul wasn't in play yet.
Sure.
You see what I'm saying?
Just before.
Yeah, pre that. And we can see the fruition of that prophecy, aka law and prophecy. in one thing. You saw it in the fall of Solomon. To the fact that it was so hard that it rent Israel down. To the fact where that had to be fixed by the Messiah coming back. That's the whole mission. Him coming back, fixing the two broken sticks, and making them one staff in his hand. You see what I'm saying? That's how deep that split went. To the fact that it had to be fixed by heavenly powers. You see what I'm saying? So that was prophetic. That was prophetic. King wasn't in play yet.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that's when you read this verse. I can read that verse again, bro. 18.
Verse 18 again. Open thou my eyes, that I may behold wondrous things out of thy law.
See what I'm saying? So when you read these things, see how many times we went over the word meditate. Like my people's watching right here, just say, look, man, give me some wine, just sit, and just, you know what I'm saying, just meditate, bro. Like, just like, I can't describe it. For me, I like running water, and I like crackling fire sound. Something wrong. I mean, but you can go on YouTube, and you can do natural sounds. Bro, that is therapeutic to me. And I love storms. Straight up, I love storms. And you can sit there, or you just have some righteous music playing. They even got this, I don't want to say this because y'all going to make me try to send it to y'all, and it's too big. I'm going to find a way to send it to y'all. So on my iTunes, I got the whole Bible, but it's played with an orchestra's background, so it's very theatrical. You know what I'm saying? When you hearing the stories, there's, you know, the orchestra. I mean, man, that thing, that's that deal. You be, well, make the whole story. You be like this. I'm gonna find a way to see if I can send it to y'all. I don't know how big the file is in totality, but I'm gonna definitely try to get that to y'all. But it's just that, man, when you meditate on these words, you can see the law different, man. Like covet. Have y'all ever tripped off of covet? Why is covet the last sin? But it's the trigger that activates all the other sins to get broke. I'm going to say it again. Y'all ever trip off of covet? Covet is the last sin on the totem pole. But it's the trigger. What did the children of Israel want when they was in the wilderness that they asked for all the gold? To make a what?
A golden calf.
A golden calf. That means they wanted something what?
Worship.
So that's a covet spirit. You wanted another God. You know what I'm saying? Why did they make the graven image? Because they wanted
something to
covet.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? What would make you take his name in vain? Because you don't respect his name anyway. You want to get a power to somebody else. Yeah. Joseph is the daddy and all those, you know what I'm saying? Depending on who you're talking to. Right? What about breaking the Shabbat? Because you want to keep Sunday. Because you believe he risen, but if you read the actual verse, as it dawned toward the Sabbath, he was already about that day. Lord, they still don't have no water. You can't get 3 days and 3 nights in the order of the earth, which we went over in the class, which is 72 literal hours. You can't get that from Friday to Sunday morning. Same thing with honor your father and mother. I can't stand you. I wish you wasn't my mom. I wish I had a better mom and daddy. There you go. I go to cover right there. Because you want something better than what you got. Why did you kill that man? Usually it's because you wanted something he had or y'all had something going on.
Right.
But you wanted to take his life. That's a covet spirit. You don't own that man's life to take it. You see what I'm saying? What make you want to commit adultery? Because you want somebody else's vajayjay. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to go corner. I didn't say the word bad, though. What makes you want to bear false witness against somebody? Because you don't want that trouble on you. Man, that covet is the last sin on the totem pole. But it is the mother of all when it comes to what you do. It's the trigger. You see what I'm saying? You have to want something so bad that you are willing to break a law to get it. It's just what it is. I'm hungry. Let me go steal something. But the law made provisions when you harvest, you're supposed to set certain amount out, you know what I'm saying, in the corners of your vineyard or your cornfields or whatever, so that people can eat. You see what I'm saying? That don't have. And they even have a law. They can only eat what they feel. You can't put none in your pocket and take it with you. All these provisions are made. But if you break them, it's because you coveted to have more than what you should have. That one little law.
So it make you think about the one who he told him to say your soul will be required of you this night.
Woo. Why?
So like
because he wanted to act like he was doing righteous acts and loan his money out, but he covered it and wanted to keep some of his wealth to himself, so he hid it.
No.
I'm not him?
Nah, I'm talking about the one he said.
Oh, the proverbial writing on the wall.
No. He said, so he was talking to himself. He's like, yeah, soul. I'm going to turn this born down, build another born.
Oh, yeah.
Thou soul shall be required of you this night.
So he had a man that had wealth.
Right, but I'm just saying,
he was
like
building something better.
Right. So it's like his whole mindset wasn't that he would actually help other people. He didn't say, yeah, I get all this and I'm gonna help somebody else. I'm gonna help the people this and the third or whatnot. So going back to the law, where it says that if you have all your crops this and the third, you put this much up for the strangers that sojourn through the land or whatnot. They can eat, so they can get full, and then they can put the rest in their pocket. But it's like he talking to himself like, I'm gonna build something else
bigger so I can get more.
It's like he ain't thinking about other people. So it's like, all right, since you think about just yourself or whatnot, just like your soul be required you tonight.
And what Solomon saying, a fool of the split up your spoils. He said, your gold and all that are rust. You know what I'm saying? Solomon figured it out. He said, man, look, man, I've been the richest. I done had the most women. I got the most wisdom. You know what I'm saying? I had a good run. I was a king. But when I got done, it's all vanity. The only thing that would matter in this life is that I feared Yahweh and kept his commandments. And that's that medicine we gave them the dudes. So that's why it says right here in 18 again, open mine eyes. Because that's what you want. You want the Lord to give you that sight, just like when you was doing your parables your great lesson. Okay. When he was talking about the man who did not, he was blind, never saw. So the first time he laid them hands on his eyes, them eyes opened for the first time, that man saw that spiritual realm. He saw men that looked like trees, and we precept that with that Ezekiel. Excuse me. And then he closed his eyes and hooked them up a little bit better. Boy, I gave you too much sight. Then he started seeing regular men. But see, you gotta understand, this is a deeper part. How did he see men that look like trees for a man who never saw a tree at all? What was he really seeing? Bingo, my man. And you wouldn't get that, you know what I'm saying, till you open your eyes like, man, now that because sometimes, because I know I'd be sitting over here reading for bros, and I mean, they put some good lessons together. I'd be like, bruh, I got it. Like, it was like, I'd be blowing, boy, I didn't even put that little consideration. You know what I'm saying? All praises. All right, y'all, you still with us, man. Give us a 5. Still 75 strong, so we good. Let's go. We ready to go some more. But yeah, man. Yeah, it's deep. It's deep. So we was at 18, we at 19 now.
Verse 19. I am a stranger in the earth.
Oh, there go Israel a stranger? Uh-oh. Oh, there go another precept.
Right, yeah, he's a stranger in the earth. Right.
And in the Torah. Or Tanakh. Yeah. So Israel can be a stranger in the earth.
I am a stranger in the earth. Had not thy commandments from me.
My
soul breaketh for the longing that it have until thy judgment at all times.
Sometimes.
At all times.
When I'm in captivity.
At all times.
When I'm not in captivity.
At all times.
Only when I'm in Jerusalem.
At all times.
You supposed to have these things. This is what I was talking about earlier. Actually, you know what I'm saying? We have to ask ourselves, we supposed to keep these laws, statutes, commandments, and judgments. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, man. I ain't telling you what to do. But I ran these streets and I understand what that judge is. Because you be like, you know what? If you clown, man, look, bro, Big J finna come down here and holler at you. You see what I'm saying? You don't want that. Nah, that's not a heavenly righteous thing I'm talking about. But can you understand what I'm really saying, though? When they know that type of thing can't take place because the judgment of the king of that hood or whatever can fall on you, guess what don't happen? That particular thing you're trying to do. In a city, and I grew up in them times, front doors open, porches open, you can sit outside. The porch is the epicenter of your community, and it's the focal point of communication with everybody on your block. That way your kids can play outside. Predators do not prey where there's other males around to protect theirs. Let me say it again. Predators do not prey when the males are around to protect theirs. They'll skip that neighborhood, they go to the next one. They have to look for it. The key word is predator. But when the male is in play, they don't do that, bro. They don't do that. But see, but at the same time, you know why? They know if they come in there and try to do something with them kids, they're going to get that what? Get that judgment. Get that head split. That noodle knot. The job of a predator is not to get hurt. You know what I'm saying? It's to stay in, you know what I'm saying, prime shape so it can prey. A lion with a broke jaw die real quick because he can't eat. I mean, you see him, like, while you ever watch these wildlife shows, if a lion get into a thing trying to, you know, take down an animal and get hurt, the things die off real quick. That's what it is. So the predator knows that there's a judgment if I F up. So he ain't coming to your community. So if the fear of the Most High was in the earth, or the fear of the Most High and the judges we kept entertaining in the earth, regardless of captivity, I'm telling you what I know, that crime and that other stuff will start going down, bro. They're like, hey, man, look, them rules over there ain't playing. You're not going to go over here on 10th Street and, you know what I'm saying, talking about, you know, raping one of them little boys over there or breaking in somebody's car, going up in their house or getting at one of their women or, you know what I'm saying, disrespecting their elderly or going up and, you know, spray painting on their buildings. You're not getting that off in that hood because they hold that hood down. That's the judgment. That's how Israel was in the earth. That's one of the reasons why everybody came against you and you and you and you and you. Because that's why you read that Psalms 83. All these nations knew who your God was to you. And they knew, say, if they sin against their God, then attack. But if they God before them, don't bother them people. Don't mess with them. And that's how it is. If you actually move in the power of your God, this is what you was talking about yesterday, just moving in the power. Even to the point where you can heal. Also, that's the same power is the power that was upon them two boys that killed that whole city of Shechemites. Same power, bro. Same power. And Gideon with his 300. Same power. Same power. All right, go ahead, bro. Where we at? I think we was at
verse
18.
20.
We had 19. No,
we at verse 21.
All right.
Thou hast rebuked the proud that are cursed, which do err from thy commandments.
So that's how it is, huh? They go that pride again, huh? Ain't that pride? Guess what they not doing? Adhering to the law, are they?
No.
Huh?
Verse 22, remove from me reproach and contempt, for I have kept thy testimonies. Princes also did sit and speak against me, but thy servant did meditate in thy statute. There
you go again. I go there meditate again. So hopefully today y'all kind of getting like that the rubric, sitting here and not just reading the word, but studying it and precepting it and meditating on. These are the weapons that gain you power. You see what I'm saying? Like, and then, so when you run across a situation and you meditate on the testimonies, I'm going to do that thing that Jesus did. I'm going to do that thing that Isaiah did. I'm going to do that thing that John the Baptist did. I'm going to do, you know what I'm saying? That's recalling the testimonies. Right. And then activating the power within yourself to manifest outwardly. Because once you fix yourself, then guess what happens? Then it affects your household. Then from your household, it affects your community. And then from your community, it starts affecting your workplace. And then you'll see it start changing the whole world. Because you've been, you know what, man, we can't have the same potluck we used to have a couple of years ago. Y'all forgot that Brother Charles don't eat that stuff. They'll start making provisions. And then they'll start engaging with, bro, what is that on your shirt? Oh, yeah, it's a great conversation piece. Well, let me holler at you. It's naming the Most High in Paleo Hebrew. Why you wear those fringes, brother? What's that about? Let's go to Numbers chapter 15, bro. You know what I'm saying? Look, we've been a cultural people. We stylish. We make a t-shirt look good. Well, when I had my younger body. Oh, praise Shalom, my push. What it, bro? What it do, bro? All right, let's go ahead and get it, bro.
Verse 24. Thy testimonies also are my delight and my counselors.
Oh, that bang.
Counselors.
Go ahead. You caught that. I see your eyes wide. What that mean when you read that?
Advisors. Right.
You see what I'm saying? When you sit here and recall the mighty acts of God, bro, you know what? I ain't scared. My God dropped Pharaoh for me. I ain't scared. My father delivered me out of Assyria. I ain't scared. My father rose his son up from the dead and promised to do the same. I ain't scared. My father said, move this mountain and be cast into the sea. And so I just needed mustard seed faith. I ain't scared. My father said that greater works, Christ said that greater works you'll do because I go to the Father. And my father's house is many mansions. If it was not so, I would have never told you. I ain't scared. And when you start recalling, you know what I'm saying? Oh, man. Man, my Messiah raised up Lazarus. Isaiah raised up the dead. I ain't scared. You see death, I see life. Man, bro.
I ain't scared.
You see that power manifesting? Because you recall the testimonies of God. And that's why it says that he'll bring all things into what?
Remember.
Now you moving in what spirit?
Truth.
The Holy Spirit. The who comforter?
The comforter, the spirit of truth.
Man. All right, let's get it. So we now in Dallas, right? We go to the next 8. It's a beautiful, man. You can't make this up, bro. You cannot make up the way this Bible be broke down, bro. You can't make this. And this is doing medieval, not even on that level times. Or maybe they was. Well, they was inspired by God. We just read that in Timothy. Oh, my bad. Next.
Verse 25. My soul cleaveth into the dust. Quicken thou me according to thy word. I have declared my ways, and thou heardest me. Teach me thy statutes. Make me to understand the way of thy precepts. So shall I talk of thy wondrous works.
There I go again. Your walk, your talk, your thought, your meditation, your going, your coming, all that should be built around his precepts, his words, his testimonies, and his judgments. That's why we have to talk to those kids about that a little bit. They got to understand that there is judgment coming. You know what I'm saying? And I try to explain to them, like the fear part. It's not fear like boogeyman fear. It's just reverence. You know what I'm saying? Your son has a certain, the ruach, right? Your son, has a certain level of respect for you, but it's also a certain level of fear. You know what I'm saying? Not like, my daddy's a monster. I can't play with my daddy, though. You know what I'm saying? Because you're his father. So he sees the authority. And then he sees the man he wants to become. This is what you're seeing here. I want to be like my Messiah. I want to be like those people that he called us to be. You know what I'm talking about? That's what it's about. It's about meditating, activating, and walking therein. Whoa, that was cold. Well, they fall right in line with your lesson. Wasn't even intended. All praises.
Verse 28. My soul melted for heaviness. Strengthen thou me according to thy word.
There we go again.
Remove from me the way of lying.
Move away from me the way of bearing false witness and lying.
And grant me thy law graciously.
See, the whole thing again is that we have not because we ask not. You see this? Only thing you're supposed to do is inquire of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And he will give according to his desire. You know what I'm saying? The portion of wisdom that you shall have. But you have to seek it. These words are coming from somebody who is seeking something from the Lord. This right here ain't somebody just, well, it's Saturday. It's one day, Lord. I'm not going to go to work. Thank you. I'm going to go to sleep. Now, this is somebody who's like, man, Lord, I need all that unmerited favor. I need all that wisdom. I need to know thy precepts. And I need to understand thy way.
Right. I need to know thy ways of truth.
Man.
Remove from me a lying tongue. He said, give me thy law graciously.
Graciously.
I have chosen the way of truth.
There it is, bro. Hallelujah.
Thy judgment have I laid before me.
Mm.
I have stuck into thy testimonies, O Lord. Put me not to shame.
Mm.
I will run the way of thy commandments when thou shalt enlarge my heart.
See that?
Teach me, O Lord, the way of thy statutes, and I shall keep it unto the end. Give me understanding, and I shall keep thy law. Yeah, I shall observe it with my whole heart.
So not just keeping it or guarding it, now it's action and manifestation. Remember I told him earlier, application is important. Application of this law is important. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 35. Make me to go into the path of thy commandments, for therein do I delight. Incline my heart into thy testimonies, and not to covetousness.
Ooh, what was that sin we was just talking about?
Covet.
Wow, there go that trigger.
Turn away my eyes from beholding vanity.
Well, we just talk about that?
Spirit.
Wow.
And quicken thou me in thy way. Establish thy word unto thy servant, who is devoted to thy fear.
Did you say that, bro? You have to be dedicated, man. Listen. You was that old church song back in the day? Lord, I'm running, trying to make 199.5. Won't do this. You see this right here? It says devoted
To thy fear.
Oh, what that mean, Lord? Look, man, to thy wisdom. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, bro. And so the whole thing is that you know your role. That means what they say back in the day. Oh, y'all say? That means I know how to stay in my lane.
Oh, yeah, sing it like this. Turn away my reproach, which I fear. For thy judgments are good.
Because see, listen, you don't want to go before the Most High with your jacket. That old jacket from your old life. You don't want to go before the Lord when you was back there in, Mrs. Jones' room when Mr. Jones wasn't there.
Right. Same jacket.
You don't want that reproach on you when you go see judgment. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to sit here and be caught in the act of robbing somebody and then the police gun you down. Now you before the Most High with that reproach on you. You see what I'm saying? That's why it's important. I think you read that yesterday about making your sins scarlet. There was one scarlet became white like snow.
Yeah, Isaiah 1:18.
Yeah, see, that's important. So the whole thing is, and the same thing I was telling about Nicodemus, is that your whole mission is to be renewed in mind and spirit. So like I say, I used to, couldn't walk, then I can walk. And I said, I used to couldn't run, I still can't. I can move a little faster, run like. You know what I'm saying? He just sent the bug to the judgment. Hebrew just sent that poor little bug to the judgment. Now judgments are true, huh, Uriel? Now go ahead. Boy. Hey, y'all remember that song? Mama D, do you remember that song? Lord, I'm running, trying to make 100. You see that old bald head? 99. What's that cocoa butter make? Go ahead. All right, go ahead.
Verse 40. Behold, I have longed after thy precepts. Quicken me in thy righteousness.
All right. Y'all see how these is breaking down? See the formula? Meditate, seek, activate, walk in the ways, devotion. Let's get it. See what else we can unlock.
Let thy mercies come also unto me.
Wait a minute, man. Ain't no mercy and grace in the Old Testament.
Let thy mercies come also unto me.
Okay.
O Lord, even thy salvation, according to thy word. So shall I have wherewith to answer him that reproaches me, for I trust in thy word.
So how to deal with people that reproach you or have ill will intent towards you.
Right.
All right.
And take it not the word of truth utterly out of my mouth, for I have hoped in thy judgments. so shall I keep thy law continually forever and ever. And I will walk at liberty. For I seek thy precepts.
And see, remember the Most High, we was reading that in Ezra the other day. You know what I'm saying? We was doing class. Is that the whole issue is that all these people that have died didn't even take the time or the effort to repent while they yet had liberty alive. And Ezra said, and he asked, you know, the Most High, because Ezra just had a whole thing of questions about this. Look, so it's like a drop of water to a wave, those who be saved. It makes sense. He dropped the whole world and left 8 souls alive. Makes sense. Be far more that's going to perish that's going to make it. Yeah. So we need to make sure our calling is sure so we can walk in this liberty. I understand why. You know what I'm saying? The author is on this page right here. I want to be filled with thy way, filled with thy wisdom. I have the right amount of fear/reverence. I want to know thy precepts. I want to be devoted to this thing, confound my enemies that are around me, confound those things that afflict me, give me the power, give me that I may stand by you, with you. Yeah, that's about right. Let's get it.
Verse 46, I will speak of thy testimonies also before kings, and will not be ashamed. I will delight myself in thy commandments, which I have loved. My hands also will I lift up unto thy commandments, which I have loved.
Look at them hands lifted again.
And I will meditate in thy statutes.
There it go again. So listen, remember we had talked about how the disciples were broken out of jail, right? By the angel of the Lord. And what did they do? Go right back to the temple. Read this right here. I will speak of thy testimonies, which was what? Because the New Testament is the testimony of the Old Testament.
Right. I will speak of thy testimonies also before kings.
Wow.
And will not be ashamed.
Boy, you see that power? That was activated with the disciples at the time of Christ, bro. But they spoke boldly, right out of jail, with most people with a dipset. Went right back to the, where they at? They escaped? Yeah, they did. Well, we need to go get them. Right there. They ain't going away right there. And they even beat them because why? And do not took. They was inferred that if they did do something to them, that power that then came because they preaching the word and Christ, man, they couldn't even. That man, your enemy will be confounded, bro, if you activate like that. I just tripped off of that. Wow. Great, bro.
Verse 49. Remember the word unto thy servant, upon which thou hast caused me to hope.
Right there. It's not a bad thing to call upon your God to stand on his word, bro. He's faithful anyway. Right. And he's true. You see what I'm saying? And you always see when we read Psalms, and his mercy endures forever. And his mercy endures forever. And then we saw with Ezra. Ezra didn't have, or it was counted to him as wicked or bad because he questioned God and called God on his word according to his word. Because he cannot fall short of his own word, bro. That's God's faithfulness. He's so faithful to his own way that he won't even fall short.
Verse 50. This is my comfort in my affliction, for thy word hath quickened me.
See right there again. All that stuff they went through. All the persecution. Paul getting stoned.
Right.
Getting crucified. Stephen getting stoned, bro. This was that power activated. Could you imagine that, man? He sat there being stoned, man. He looking to the heavens, man. And he's sitting there seeing the mighty power of God right there and looking at Christ sitting on the right hand of the Father, bro. That bro wasn't even bright tripping off that brick shower no more. Didn't even lay it to charge, bro. Now, I don't know how that's going to go on that day and that judgment. But I'm just even say it, though, bro. I commend that man. He was in the spirit all the way, bro. I don't even think he was faded by getting stoned. I mean, I don't know, but just deep.
The proud have had me greatly in derision, Yet have I not declined from thy law.
That's right.
I remember thy judgments of old, O Lord, and have confronted and comforted myself. Horror have taken hold upon me because of the wicked that forsake the law.
They did what?
Horror have taken hold upon me because of the wicked that forsake the law.
So now you have the biblical definition of wicked. Who
Horror.
are wicked? Those who forsake the law.
Right. And it says horror.
And horror takes. And look, that's gonna be the same thing you're gonna be feeling when the 30th of this month, that gay pride running all through downtown. You know, we go down there and we teach, you know what I'm saying? We go down there and beat and stone, you know what I'm saying? But listen, you got to come out of that wickedness, bro. But you can't tell me don't vex your spirit. I mean, we had one year we was down there, man. The homosexual dude just came and just started doing cartwheels in front of us. I said, now there go a flipping. But I was like, wow, this brother straight came up and started doing cartwheels. And then they run up right in front and start kissing each other in the mouth. Man, okay, bro. Man, bro. Yeah, bro. The word got to go forth, man. Listen. He wasn't sent for the righteous and the well, man. He was sent to call the sinner to repentance. And listen, that's where affliction will come in. They just had a pastor that was arrested that was doing, preaching. He went on this Israelite mission. He was just a regular pastor, black pastor, young pastor.
Are you talking about?
I sent that out.
Dude, yeah. What is his name? Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah, he had. They arrested him for that, for causing disturbance of peace. But for what?
And it's crazy.
For preaching the word of God,
right? And he's preaching the word of God, and then the crazy thing is this: like you see all these people grabbing on his shirt.
Oh yeah, they didn't record that. The news didn't report. They jumped that man.
Grabbing, and he like, look, all right, look, y'all locking me up, and I'm telling y'all, I want to press charges against them because they grabbed my shirt, they pulling and tugging on me, and they just like, you're disturbing the peace, and lock them up.
Back dude, straight charging, bro.
Straight up.
And look, and trying to look what else they can charge them with. They was trying to find hate crimes. They were literally trying to find how to level a hate charge on that man. Because he's telling them to come out of that sodomite spirit. Man, them people went and he immediately started getting posters. I mean, they gathered in a great crowd. He was right down in the LGBT community. And all the other multiple acronyms that go along with all that madness. Anyway, y'all, how we looking, y'all? Anybody with us? Everybody going to sleep? Watch me, you get enough wine in, bro.
Right.
He didn't give me no wine.
Prayer.
Oh, we didn't get the prayer? We didn't get the 10 o'clock prayer?
No, we did. No.
We prayed with the youngins, didn't we?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I was talking to myself. Come on with it, boo.
Now you don't want to talk to himself no more. Go ahead, bro. Let's go ahead and get it, bro.
Verse 54. That statues have been my songs in the house of my pilgrim. I have remembered thy name, O Lord, in the night, and have kept thy law. This I had because I kept thy precepts.
Makes perfect sense, man. Sheath 57 through 64.
Verse 57. Thou art my portion, O Lord. I have said that I will keep thy word. I entreated thy favor with my whole heart. Be merciful unto me according to thy word. I thought on my ways and turned my feet into thy testimonies. I made haste and delayed not to keep thy commandments. The bands of the wicked have robbed me, but I have not forgotten thy law. At midnight I will rise to give thanks unto thee because of thy righteous judgments. I am a companion of all them that fear thee, and of them that keep thy precepts.
Now stop right there. What did you just see right there?
It says, I am a companion of them that fear thee, and of them that keep thy precepts.
Wow. So, you know, and I ain't picking on nothing. I ain't even trying to scratch your old wounds. And I'm going to let that sit right there by me saying that y'all should see where I'm at. I am a companion of all them that fear thee, and of them that keep thy precepts.
Yeah. So just like unity.
Yeah. Yeah. Because we all ain't going to believe totally the same, bro. It's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us do, and a lot of us don't. But if we believe in these laws, statutes, commandments, and judgments with the full faith of what?
Yeah,
we can get it, man. We can chop up doctrine along the way. But that's not a kicker for us not to unify, because he said, go into the who? The lost sheep. Those are the ones who do not know, who have not got yet this truth, or have not had yet to be privy to it.
No.
Because we're too busy trying to camp bang.
The earth, O Lord, is full of thy mercy. Teach me thy statutes.
Well, that mercy in the earth, huh?
Thou hast dealt well with thy servant, O Lord, according to thy word. Teach me good judgment and knowledge, for I have believed thy commandments. Before I was afflicted, I went astray, but now have I kept thy word. But thou art good and doest good. Teach me thy statutes. The proud have forged a lie against me, but I will keep thy precepts with my whole heart. Their heart is as fat as grease, but I delight in thy law.
Yeah, the Lord knows my heart. If it ain't no law in there, no delight of doing the law, you going off.
That's right. Verse 71. It is good for me that I have been afflicted, that I might learn thy statutes. The law of thy mouth is better unto me than thousands of gold and silver.
Ooh, so we just talked about that when we read that Joshua 1:7-8. Right. And early on there 1:19. This is better than all those riches. All that'll go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? And y'all, for also for time's sake, I am probably gonna stop it at 88. That's halfway through. Judgment. Yeah. I'm gonna stop at 88, and we'll be halfway through that deal. Because it's 76. 176. And then that way, give people, bros a chance, because I know bros definitely been up working all day. I know. And I definitely want to give my brothers some rest and be refreshed to come back in here and do this thing again tomorrow. So we're gonna read to 88, and then maybe next Friday we'll come back and pick up, you know what I'm saying, part 2. And all thing we're doing is just reading through here, and we can and putting together and formulating what did the author know that we didn't know, and what was he seeking? How did he ask for it? And you know what I'm saying? How did he meditate on it that it may manifest itself? Then we could also see other stories and scenarios with the disciples and other players in the script on how these things were being used based on what we're reading right here. Because by this being the longest chapter in the Bible, and it's so deeply profound, talking about the law, the testimony, the precept, the statutes, commandments, judgments, the word, the ordinances. Also it describes the different plots, the slanders, the reproach, the taunts, the afflictions, you know what I'm saying, the persecutions. There's a lot going on in here, and we definitely gotta get the formula. I'm in the old DLC song. I know, man. I be coming up with some weird stuff, don't I, bro? How'd I go to DOC after reading the Word of God? Boy, Charles is going off. He's down talking about no one can do it better. He just heard him think that.
All
right, bro.
Verse 73.
We almost done, y'all. We'll get that last prayer in.
Yeah, we're gonna close it out with Psalm
88.
50. No, I'm saying we're gonna end it with Psalm 54 prayer. Verse 73. Thy hands have made me and fashioned me. Give me understanding, that I may learn thy commandments.
There it go again. So how do people get that this law is done away with? How do people get all that's the Old Testament? And no, it's so funny because Jesus never read Matthew, Mark, and Luke, and John, and none of the Colossians, Galatians, Romans, and Timothy's, and Hebrews, and he read none of those. When he opened up the scrolls, he was reading this. This is the good and acceptable year of the Lord. This prophecy has been fulfilled. This is what has to be fulfilled. Right. The volume of the book is about me, but then you throw everything from Genesis to Malachi and throw it out. You do a great disservice to your faith, to your salvation, to your hope. You know what I'm saying? And that's why Paul gave us that right. Peter gave us that right, because you go into the era of lawlessness. Because if you throw all that away, like people actually are making straight ministries out of being New Testament onlyers. That's dangerous, brother. That's very dangerous. That's very dangerous.
Verse 74. They that fear thee will be glad when they see me, because I have hoped in thy word. I know, O Lord, that thy judgments are right, and that thou in faithfulness have afflicted me.
See, I don't want to hurt that person because it's my friend. I don't want to do it. No, not that judgment on the Lord. No. Listen, man. The Most High says that my judgments are right. See, the whole thing is that it don't matter what you think about it. If he's saying this is the act that must follow this act, it will behoove you to do that. That's why I said that's why the fear of the Lord will be in Israel, and they'll put that wickedness what? Out. The reason why wickedness is here because we are the most go along, get along, all inclusive, all wanting, not knowing. It's sickening. I just got disgusted just thinking about that, bro. Like we actually try to put into our minds, our homes, our communities, the wickedness of everything to satisfy them. When they ain't nothing but wood for the fire. Anyway, let's get it.
Let I pray thee, thy merciful kindness be for my comfort, according to thy word and to thy servant.
That's right.
Let thy tender mercies come unto me, that I may live, for thy law is my delight.
There go that mercy and grace again, huh?
And law. Let the proud be ashamed, for they dealt perversely with me without a cause, but I will meditate in thy precepts.
So whenever you start seeing stuff going wrong, we should be saying right now, whenever the enemy, the talk about the persecution, you always see meditation, right? And what you're seeing is devotion to this law and to this testimony and to these precepts and to the judgments and to the word, right? I see it. Right. I hope. Can I get a 9 if y'all see what I see? That you're supposed to be moving toward keeping the will of Yahweh. And then if you run across a stumbling block, if you will, then you always see meditation kick in. And then you recall the testimonies. Because the testimonies give you encouragement because you say, oh, well, he did it before. He can do it again. All right. Ain't getting no 9s. Y'all go back to sleep. All right, bro. Let's get it. We almost done, y'all. We got about 8 more verses.
Verse 79. Let those that fear thee turn unto me, and those that have known thy testimony. Let my heart be sound in thy statutes, that I be not ashamed. My soul fainted for thy salvation, but I have hope in thy word. My eyes fail for thy word, saying, when wilt thou comfort me?
See?
For I, oh, sorry.
No. That's what comfort is. You see what I'm saying? It's like he's into this word so much his eyes started failing. You know what I'm saying? And so when will thou comfort me? Because, you know, everything else is coming for him.
For I am become like a bottle in the smoke, yet do I not forget thy statutes. How many are the days of thy servant? When wilt thou execute judgment on them that persecute?
See, I told y'all. I knew I seen it. Because he was going about the proud, dealing with those proud people and all those things that's coming for him, the afflictions. And that's when we start seeing the meditations.
Right.
And then listen, it's a righteous thing. It's a righteous thing for you to ask your God, your Elohim, to execute judgment on your enemies. Read Psalms 109.
Right.
Boy.
Verse 85. The proud have digged pits for me,
See that?
which are not after thy law. All thy commandments are faithful. They persecute me wrongfully.
There I go again.
Help thou me.
There I go again.
They had almost consumed me upon earth, but I forsook not thy precepts. Quicken me after thy loving kindness.
That's right.
So shall I keep the testimonies of thy mouth.
Hallelujah, hallelujah. All right, y'all, we're going to stop it right there. We'll carry it on and finish this on out. You want to go ahead and pre-read ahead? I think it's a lot because, see, there's a lot of things that goes on. If you read, you know, there's dealing with, this right here is what's coming in the meat in these parts right here with the parts between 89 to 176. You start seeing those troubles that we all go through. And these are the remedies on how to alleviate those troubles. You see what I'm saying? To the part where you can say it like Job did. You know what I'm saying? The Lord giveth, the Lord taketh. The robbers took, my children are dead, my wealth is gone, my health is gone, and my wife just told me to curse my God and die. But yet will I rejoice in the Lord.
Oh, praise.
See what I'm saying? So with that being said, y'all, we're going to go ahead and get this closing Psalms in. And it's about right on time, too, because it's at 12 o'clock. Yeah. Right on time.
Right on time.
Which one you want to do? You want to do that one I picked or the one
I
you
got
want?
54.
You got 54?
Yeah.
One thing that I saw from the Lord. But these brothers stretching, laying across the table, and it's saying polar insects to the resurrection. Okay, I did too.
Wow, this all praises.
All praise.
Psalm 54 with the Most High's permission.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, family. Psalm 54. Save me, O God, by thy name, and judge me by thy strength. Hear my prayer, O God. Give ear to the words of my mouth. For strangers are risen up against me, and oppressors seek after my soul. They have not set God before them. Behold, God is my helper. The Lord is with them that uphold my soul.
That's right.
He shall reward evil unto my enemies. Cut them off in thy truth. I will freely sacrifice unto thee. I will praise thy name, O Lord, for it is good. For he have delivered me out of all trouble, and my eye have seen his desire upon mine enemy.
Hallelujah. Selah. Yeah. Well, you see that? Well, let me check that out, boy.
Yeah.
Shoes on. Well, you know, something like that. Y'all see this, y'all? And look, this is over 60 pages forward. You see what I'm saying? You trip off of something, boy. You know, David was praying for the end of the wicked even here. You can learn how to come around, circumvent, and defeat your enemy if you really get into these wisdoms of these Psalms, man. Because that's what I was noticing when I was going through Psalms. Because I was actually talking to Uriel yesterday. I was like, man, I don't know what I'm going to talk about today.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He said, bro, whatever's on your spirit. I said, you know what? I'm going to run that 119. Because there's a lot of wisdom in there, bro. And then you come right behind with this prayer. That nailed it.
Oh, praise.
I will freely sacrifice unto thee. I will praise thy name, O Yahweh, for it is good. What Christ said in Matthew 19, there is none good. One, that is God. For he has delivered me out of all trouble, and my eye have seen his desire upon my enemies. Ooh. For the strangers are risen up against me, and oppressors seek after my soul. They have not set God before them. Selah. But God is mine helper. The Most High is with them that uphold my soul. And he shall reward evil unto my enemy. It's the righteous thing. And cut them off in thy truth. So anyway, y'all, look, very motivational read, man. But I'm tripping. Way more than motivational. This is spiritual. Almost did a great disservice to the scriptures. All right, y'all. Well, we greatly appreciate y'all dwelling with your family tonight. Y'all could have been anywhere else, but y'all right here with your brother, Nehemiah and Uriel, the bug slayer.
This dude.
And our brother Charles, man, he tarried with us for a good time tonight. I ain't gonna even tell you, he had his feet backwards and hanging out with his head on the front part of the seat. All like this. All right, man. Y'all good, Israel? Man, I pray all y'all have a peaceful rest, man. I pray that I'll be able to see each and every one of you all tomorrow, Most High willing. Get into them Psalms, y'all, and get that understanding how to circumvent your enemies, how to gain power, and focus on that meditation. So y'all willing, man. I'll see y'all all tomorrow, all right?
Shabbat shalom, family.
Shabbat shalom, family. Boy, you see how quick that boy grabbed him key? We out, bro. Hey, man. Hey, man, he just kicked me under the table. No, he didn't. 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 All right, y'all. Shabbat shalom, family. Hebrew said,